not even going to sugarcoat that one either. I'm just going to go directly in because I want to start at the watch party. Yeah, that's broadcasting. This is the opening intro to the shit. So if you're on right now, you catching the very beginning. Please wait because it's about to get a whole lot better. I should play some music right here, but I'm not. You know why? Because Facebook, when they hear you playing other people's music, they shut you down. So that's why I'm not doing that if you have that question. I will say, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's about that time to get ready to get up in your world.
Get it together.
Volcano Underground
Get
Radio.
your get together.
The livest underground radio show that you will ever find, broadcasting on the internet, coming directly to you from Cave Radio Broadcasting, right here on the motherfucking west side. Anytime you need a payment.
The best side.
We about shut the fuck up.
Mad.
Super mad.
Who?
Already.
You.
I'm mad?
Man.
Okay,
East
all
Side
right.
Man. You're very
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's get ready to rumble. You fucking up.
I did.
Look up as a fire burning way up in the mountain high. Look up in the steam smoke rashes when the crater starts to blow and the lava starts to flow. Then you will surely know it is a volcano. Oh, yeah, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What up, though, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? I am your boy, Volcano. This is Volcano Underground Radio, the livest underground radio show that you will ever find broadcasting on the internet. I am sitting here with your boy, TDG.
Yo mama favorite.
I am also sitting here with your boy, John.
What up, though?
I think this nigga just spilled some water and shit out his mouth
None.
when he's
That
like,
was perfect.
yeah, what you said. We are live right here on Cave Radio Broadcasting. Make sure you keep sticking around every time you see Cave Radio in the mix. Shows like Big and Bigger and a whole lot more right here on Cave Radio. Today, we were just having a op-ed conversation. Yeah, I don't know if you want to call it that. I mean, it was an off-air conversation, and now we're gonna bring it to the on-air. And I might be tripping. And let me validate what I have to say. But what I was gonna say. So we were talking about your girl Doja Cat when she took her shots at Cardi B, which it wasn't really a shot.
I haven't heard. I didn't even hear the shots. We kind of went off.
Okay, I'll put it like this. It was her being a young little girl listening to a song in her car, making fun of the song. You know how you listen to the song and like, oh, this shit sound like this. And she was imitating like, press, ding dong. Like, and that's the way she was imitating the song. And she was saying like, even though the song is fire, like, but this is how Cardi B sounds. So she wasn't really taking shots. She was just having fun with the shit. And then that went into an inroads of saying that Doja Cat actually has some pretty decent music. Or good music.
You said that.
I said that.
You said that.
I did.
Okay,
I did say that.
She
does have other albums and everything, which led to the bringing up of your girl Megan Thee Stallion.
Right.
Okay.
Which
now,
you said is trash.
I did say she was trash. Now, let me also say that I have only heard maybe a snippet of one or two songs. So off the rip, I would just automatically put her in a category like, psh, that's it.
Doja Cat got some bars.
Actually, she does.
And you don't
But
like
Meg
Ice
is
JJ
trash.
Fish.
I have not heard
What is
enough
the difference
Meg.
between Doja and Ice JJ Fish?
Doja actually has talent.
That's what's up. It's all
To
about
you.
what you like.
I think-
It's all about what you like.
To you.
And see, you haven't
cool.
and me saying that Meg is trash and not hearing a lot of her music is the same way you might be saying that Doja is probably trash.
No,
you haven't
but
really
see,
heard all her music.
I wouldn't
not
say
heard
Doja's
anything
trash
other
because
than
I
that.
haven't heard anything she's
Cow.
made.
Okay,
shit.
I got you. So maybe that was a misfire for
Okay.
me for coming off just saying that she was trash.
And
I will say that what I did here didn't enthrall me to want to listen to even
But
more.
Doja Cat did enthrall you. Were you enthralled?
Once I actually seen other interviews and stuff of her when she was like doing talking points and stuff, that's when I'm like, okay, let me at least.
I ain't talking about the
check this
interviews.
out.
The music. Did the
You
music
went back and
enthrall
listened
you?
to the music. after.
I listened to. I say out of all her music, I probably heard maybe 5, 6 songs.
How long has she
That
been making music?
did it enthrall you?
They were cool. They were listenable.
That ain't what I asked you, Kwame.
Enthralled?
God
No.
damn.
No, they're not.
They were listenable.
It's not enthralling music. They are listenable.
But Meg wasn't. Was Meg listenable?
It sounded like another typical, like, it sounded like some typical shit.
And Doja Cat did not sound
No.
not at all. And you know what? I'll give you that. Typical? Nah, I won't say that Cow song is at all
Now, the Cow song is trash.
As a vibe, but
The Cow song is trash.
Dude, and there is where I think this conversation goes.
Like, Moo
the
is trash.
Between
Moo
somebody
is
who's
trolling.
trying to go viral or just do something to disrupt versus somebody who actually makes art.
And you asked that question.
People like
what's the difference?
People like Doja Cat that get some fame off of something just ridiculous.
Okay.
Just because they have other music that is listenable. Do you think that? All right, she's a true artist and
I put it like this. And you asked the question of one of y'all asked the question of what's the difference between her and Ice JJ Fish. The thing is, she was having fun with a song and she knows she was having fun. Ice JJ Fish thinks he's real, thinks he is great.
You just don't think
he's not playing. He's serious.
Right. And you think she's not serious?
What's wrong with that? Because he is ass.
So wait.
He's serious about the fact that he's ass.
So
okay,
you would rather
I just can't do it.
Not be serious? Like you would rather you have someone make a
I'd rather somebody
song,
see
a serious person make a stupid song.
I mean, there's people that have silly ass songs. Razcat had this shit, the Coogee song on his album. Coogee.
That was a skit.
It was a skit. Basically, I take her shit
real.
like it was a skit.
That's
it's
a
not
horrible
real.
comparison.
So here's the comparison.
I'm not saying about I'm about to
he-
buy all her albums and go to her
Do
concert.
you think Old Town Road was a concerted effort at trying to make a piece of art?
I think he was having
It's
I think he was having fun
same.
with some
so
cowboy
now, is
shit.
Is he an artist now? Is he a?
He's being considered one. He gained fame off of it, so he's being.
Is that,
to
is that-
me,
did
no,
he meet
I
the
really don't.
criteria For
I don't.
for artistry?
I can't. I have a hard time absorbing that song. I do notice that with his album, he really crossed a whole lot of different genres. I heard it.
Then I need to hear whatever the fuck
did you
heard
hear it
from
or did
Doja
you
Cat.
listen?
I heard it.
I need
Did
to
you hear
whatever
Jimmy?
you heard.
Or did you listen?
I need to hear whatever you heard from Doja Cat
here's
that
the
makes
thing.
you feel like that's any different.
When I
they
found
are
that
a
his
manufacturer.
when I found that his album was more than just an Old Town Road repeated, I was like, okay, let me at least listen to the other songs. This is before he, dropped his bomb as far, not his bomb, but he dropped out as far as for what he is. And I mean,
Dude, you are so problematic. It is hilarious, dog.
He said this is not the climate for a volcano.
I mean, it is what it is. I just said, like, when I heard Old Town Road, I'm like, I can't do it.
Let me ask you a question. Would you patronize an openly gay rapper?
As far as like listen to him and
Like,
purchase his music, probably not.
What you mean patronize?
Not
Like,
because
spend
Give him
money,
a listen
support an open not. I ain't say go march with the motherfucker, but I'm saying like
Would you buy
buy
the
CD.
music?
Or we don't buy music no
that's what I'm-
more, so
Or-
it's hard to say. Like, would you bump? Would
Is
you
it
ride
good?
through
You
the
got- is it
and he
good
fire?
music?
Yeah,
See-
and he cold with it.
Is he
He's
saying
gay.
if
something
he
that I relate
cold and
to?
he got bars,
He got
and
bars.
he
He's
like,
just gay though.
right? It's like,
But what is bars saying though? Is his bars
I
saying,
probably
"See,
would."
I'm gay, I'm gay, I'm gay, I'm gay,
Yeah,
I'm gay.
exactly.
I'm gangsta gay. I'm gay, I'm
Exactly,
gay. I beat
like-
your ass, I'm gay.
What's
that-
gangsta gay? That's
I-
a whole nother.
But what is the content? That's why when you say, all right, would you
fucking nigga up, literally.
I'm not
patronize
saying
a gay rapper if they were.
I'm not saying he's being like explicit with his
Yeah, if it's
his
not
sex
a gimmick,
life.
if he's not being a gimmick, like
But he
I'm
just
the gay
rapping.
rapper.
But he does rap about being gay. He
If
just
you're
doesn't be like,
good and you
yeah,
make
I
a
can't
good
listen-
song
I can't listen
into
to the gay
some of your
songs.
context
because I can't
you're a
vibe to
humble
it.
guy.
I can't relate to it. I just
You listen to
even
Luther
if it's good
Vandross?
music- Wait, don't go there yet. 'Cause that's too obvious. That's too obvious.
That's
If it's good music,
That's bullshit.
and he just said, "Hey, You know, a couple of the she's was replaced with he's.
I can't do it.
Even if it's a good song,
What makes it
the
good
rest
at
of the
that
song
point?
has nothing to do with sexuality.
What makes that song relatable to me at that point?
Let's just say,
What was
whatever
relatable to you
relate
about
in
fucking
Yeah,
Doja
right.
Cat?
Whatever you find relatable in music, you'll find it in
The
in
music?
that song.
What was relatable
Okay.
about the music?
So let's just say you still
The
relate
actual
to
music was decent.
Yep,
Like,
and he's got actual.
So what if the
decent
gay
music for
dude
the
got
gay
decent
dude.
music?
if he got decent music, that's fine. But if he talks about sucking dick on
I
the song,
I said
I don't
no.
wanna-
Not all
I
of
I
it.
said
can't
all
relate
of
to
it.
that.
I
You
said
can't
he
hear it one
wasn't-
time.
I'm not patronizing her music. I just said it was.
Okay.
I said that she overall is better than just the move
If the
song.
gay dude is not being
That's all I'm
just
saying.
overt, using his gayness as a gimmick,
And he got
one or
bars.
two times you hear him reference his sexuality, but for the most part, he's giving you the same content that you relate to in other songs.
Okay.
Would you deny him your support simply?
No, I
on the
wouldn't
fact
deny
that
him simply off of that.
Okay, so you would patronize the gay rapper, even though he's on track one or two times.
I mean,
talking about
if his
sucking dick.
music is good, then it's good. I mean,
You didn't sound like that 2 minutes ago. You felt like
I said I can't relate to the songs where he's going to be talking about.
So if he doesn't talk about sex at all,
you
but
was
he's
good.
openly
See, you
gay.
can't hear him talk about his
but
sexuality.
he's
at all.
openly gay, but he can rap his ass off though. No
if he
pun
can rap
intended.
his ass off, I'll
I'm gonna
listen
be
to the
100
songs
with
where
you.
he rapping his ass off versus the ones where he's talking about his sex.
I'm gonna be 100 with you. I kind of feel you. There are certain contexts that I don't want to hear at all.
That's like
period.
right.
So, short of that being the only thing you say, if you got an abundance of other shit, and maybe every couple songs I gotta hear you say some questionable shit that I don't want to hear, if the ratio is way off, I'm not mad at you. You're
Like,
not using your sexuality as a gimmick.
I can
support that. But yes, the guy that just says, look, I'm the gay rapper and gay this and gay that and everything about my whole narrative is about the sexuality and the fact that it's taboo. And
Right.
You got to accept me.
And that's
here.
the same thing with a lot of female
I don't
rappers.
need that.
It's the same thing with a lot of female rappers. The same way. If
They
you got
do,
you a
yeah.
female rapper, you got bars. I will listen to
There's
your
a
music.
community of gay
If you get to
rappers out here that's-
hold on,
that's they
but if you
shit.
get to songs to where the whole premise is about you fucking for money, sucking dick, and doing all the rest of the shit,
Yes.
that's not a song
I don't
I'm going to
relate
listen
to
to.
that myself.
I don't
Right,
relate
so
to
I
it.
feel
That's
you.
really all it is.
Yeah.
But what if it's hard though?
What makes it
I-
hard?
Like I'll give you an example.
What makes it hard?
Nicki's Monster verse.
What about it?
That shit was hard.
And
She's
and where do
rapping
you-
from a complete female perspective.
She's rapping from a rapper's perspective. She rapping from. It's almost competition with the other niggas on the track.
The lyrics, she's talking about her ass and having a menage with Amber Rose.
But these
and
are
shit
still
like
things
that.
that heterosexual males would enjoy.
Yeah,
seeing
exactly.
and
Right.
and taking part in. It's not something that is directly adverse to the community that you're spitting to right there. So
Right.
I feel like that's the difference. Where he's saying that overt homosexuality is.
Well, I'm not talking about. I'm talking about. I understand
Well,
that.
well, that's the
but I'm
difference
talking about
in-
with a woman rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like, could
Them
you
only-
listen to
like the Cardi B's that only talk about their experience personal
Right.
to themselves? It's only female stuff. I agree that that's not something that I can relate to.
I can't relate to it.
I can respect it. I can give it if it make it to my ears, I can judge it on what it is. But have I thus and do I plan to go and pick up a Cardi B album? No. Like I'm not. I like some of the songs are great, but I already know for the majority of your content isn't necessarily I'm not the audience that you're speaking to.
I mean, there's a
So,
lot
I
of there's a
guess
lot of dope boy
I
music
understand
that I
what you're
can't
saying.
like relate to. So
I
it's
understand
like-
what you're saying. I guess I'm with you unless it's fire, right? So I'm about to give you an example.
What makes it
I'm gonna give you an
fire?
example. I've never sold a gram of dope in my life.
Yeah.
For the most part, rapping about selling drugs to me is kind of played out.
Okay.
Like, it doesn't excite me. It don't move me. I
feel
can't
you.
relate to it.
I feel you.
There's one exception.
Push.
Pusha T.
I knew
Yeah.
you
Because
would
he
say that.
is
You can
nice
do it
with
so
it.
good
Yeah, he
that
is.
It is entertaining to hear.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, if it's
But he's still not saying, and Pusha T ain't never said something that you feel like. Don't get me wrong. Were you in a position and you are confident in executing it. Your risk versus reward could kick in for if we put the right value on X amount of money for X amount of work. You do something that isn't necessarily legal if you are comfortable with the risk versus reward. So when you're listening to Pusha, it's not something that is completely, even as bad as as good as he gets in describing how deep he is in that life. It's not something that's completely adverse to something that you would ever do. That's the difference in context like that.
With Pusha, I don't just hear dope. With Pusha, I hear hustler. With Pusha, I hear. With Jay, I hear hustler.
Yes, there are so many other themes that you.
It's more than just selling dope. Whereas Jeezy is just dope. You see what I'm saying? Gucci was just point was just
trap dope. Yeah,
right, exactly.
And at a point,
versus the hustle. So I can relate to the hustle. I can relate to the grind. I can relate to motherfuckers talking about getting money. I can't 100% relate to somebody talking like the whole song is cooking it up unless I'm laughing at OT Genesis.
Right. See, now you can make a song
that
specific
is comical
to
me.
But you're still enjoying it
now. And you hear OT Genesis outside of baking soda. Outside of baking soda.
Amp, though. It still does.
OT actually has bars.
Does he? I don't think
I've heard him on other freestyle. He's actually has said some shit. Same thing with Slim Thug. Actually has bars. Like you might take him for what you've only seen.
A broken clock is right twice.
It is. Yeah, and I believe that everybody at least got one good song in them and possibly one good album. As much of a a fan of Wayne I am, I'm not a Wayne fan, but Carter 3 was actually a nice album to me.
I think
that's
it.
Right.
Yeah,
I'll speak for myself. I can enjoy something that I can't relate to if it's done well.
Right.
Not everything.
I can enjoy it. I can enjoy the experience. Can I perpetually enjoy the experience?
If it's done well enough, yeah, I can.
I can listen to some Eminem shit once or twice, and then I appreciate how you did it, but am I going to be playing it in the background when I'm cleaning up?
No.
Am I going to be riding to it? Like, it's certain content that I just don't want, you
But see, I don't think with Eminem, I don't think it's necessary. What for me with M is my issue with M is more beats than it is actual lyrics. And song, like the songs is like,
well,
very,
I'm just saying,
like
broad content.
Smooth.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying content-wise.
I understand what you're saying.
That is what really when you say relating to something. If your song is only about one thing, you're narrowing down your audience. If your song is about a bunch of stuff, you widen the audience because not everybody has to only choose between this one thing. You're giving them these different themes that can be in your song: the hustling, the this, the good, the bad.
You do the watch party?
I don't know. Let's hear it now. All those, if you got all these different themes, you can get different people hearing it and get different audiences to where, I may not like this one little piece, but I'll still listen to it because of all this other stuff. If anybody's content like that I don't relate to, say, you focusing on your sexuality, or you focusing on just the dope, or just the money, and
it can get tired.
And
unless you do it really well, like
I don't think you can.
I'll never get tired of Push.
I don't think you can take content that is directly adverse to you.
I mean, I have my idea.
No matter how short it is.
I listen to Too Short rap about the same thing for like 15 albums.
So what can't you listen to? Is there anything that is good that you just cannot listen to? Because I recognize it's good and put together, but it's just content. I'm not gonna be hearing them words in my head.
There's a lot of Drake stuff that just don't resonate with me. Like my homeboy, like they, two of my homeboys, they like 31, 32. Like they are Drake like Drake. And that's their generation, so I get it. But some of the shit, like, they be sending me to listen to, it don't, like, I'll be like, okay, and I'll probably never listen to this again.
See, you can be sweet, and I'll give you your respect.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's all a matter of taste. You know what I'm saying? As far as what you want to listen to.
I'm not
I just think that, in my opinion, Meg does the ratchet stripper shit really well.
So
that's
Cardi
all
B.
she can do. But she does it really well. To me, she does it. She raps better than Cardi to me. Now, as far as songs, Cardi got a whole factory.
Will you buy an album of just that style of song?
I couldn't listen to it for a whole album, no.
And there we go. And I think that's across the board. Anything that you are adverse, that there is something that you just really can't see.
Well, I agree
yourself.
with that. But I'm going off for him saying Meg was trash. I'm like, she ain't trash.
Okay, Meg is the same.
I mean, I don't.
old
I would like to hear
shit
more before I even.
She's
say
the same run-of-the-mill stripper.
She is not innovative.
no
Yes,
rapper.
I will. She's not.
To me,
she's the next
from the
in line.
one piece that I heard and the one
And
video
see, that's the
of
problem.
the dancing.
From the one piece. But okay, here's the thing though. We've all been to strip clubs together. So
They don't rap though.
listen, no, that's not what I'm saying.
They don't.
That's not what I'm saying.
They don't
though.
rap.
They could though.
That's not where I was going
That's-
though.
they accept
My
it
point
these days.
is, there was music playing in the strip club. No,
But it wasn't there. Okay, let me show
my
you.
point being is that sometimes there are some artists who make music that is only good for one setting. To me, Eminem is one of those artists. You can't listen to Eminem everywhere. You just said that.
Well, what setting
So,
does he make music?
I have no clue, and that's the problem.
Well, that means that's just his
To me,
style
you have
is,
to.
man. Like
to
I
me,
don't know. If
to me, my biggest issue with Eminem has always been, what Eminem song would you play in the strip club?
there are songs that I played back to back from him.
Yeah,
like
you can't play
there are
none of those in the
albums
strip
that
club.
Like I
There are
can't.
songs he's made songs you can play in the strip
Like
club.
if you
Which
at
one?
home,
I said that before,
Which
like White
one?
Trash Party. I think I said that before. Like that.
That's
that
not
will
a
go
strip
in
club
record.
song.
It will go in.
unless
the
you
strip
in
club.
Taylor, Michigan, at the strip club,
Or you at the
if that's
traffic
your
light.
move, then do what you do.
Yeah, I think
But
it go off.
my
I think it go off. Dude. I think that shit. Hey, dog, if you listen to that song,
if you at
man,
home,
it's
like,
him.
have you ever been at home and was like, I just want to go for a drive?
Yes.
Yeah.
What Eminem would you listen to just go on a drive?
If you,
This
when I'm-
Kamikaze album I listen to.
Yes.
I'll ride to this. I'll
he
ride
didn't-
to this.
But
It's
also,
Pandora.
like certain songs on
play
it, like-
Pandora,
Well, that's
and-
because, but guess what? Because he finally did what I've been begging him to do, which is stop producing your own music.
But even with that,
True.
And Mike Will did most of that album, if I'm not correct.
True.
I know he did most of it.
He did at least
Yeah,
half.
he did like half of it.
Yeah.
I thought he only did the one track.
No,
No,
he did
no.
like 5 joints
Oh,
on there.
word.
Yeah.
I ain't know that, but that's
Yeah,
what's
that-
up.
some of his other stuff was a hard listen. I tried to get what was it, the one before.
The one
Recovery.
before
There
that.
are good songs that
That
he
was
has
a
made that you
horrible
can hear.
album. What was the album before this, Kamikaze? What was the name of it?
Recovery or
Revival was
I don't
horrible.
Yeah, it
think
was not a great
I've
album.
listened to anything. About
There's a reason for that.
that
that album was
passed. Like I man, it may have
TDG.
just passed over
That
the
album was
radar.
horrible.
I'm not gonna judge
Even
it. I don't
even
think I've heard
Skiz
it.
had God rest. Even Skiz had to admit that Revival,
There are songs- I know it's songs out there
Revival
that I've
was
heard.
It was
terrible.
trash. Yeah, it was trash.
He was like, I can't listen to it no more.
There are some songs. What's the album that was before that? There are some albums
Recovery.
that they say about
which was
that
trash.
people
also.
say are trash. That
No,
is not
Recovery was
trash. Then
You're
he got a
talking about
couple of
the
them.
one before Recovery.
He has a couple
the accent
albums.
The one that had 3 a.m. and all
Yeah,
that.
Okay.
but he was rapping with the accent.
The
That
3
shit was
a.m. in
trash.
the morning.
Yeah, that shit was garbage. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
Relapse.
the other
Relapse.
Relapse is what
No,
you're thinking about.
Relapse was okay, man.
Relapse was
See,
trash.
he has good songs that I'm not sure what is the setting he's going for.
I don't think
but
he know.
He's got so many good standalone songs that I just
What was
in my
on Recovery?
Pandora,
Oh
you
no,
thumb
and
'em up.
Marshall Mathers LP2 was trash.
That was
that
not
was
trash.
before,
You're tripping.
uh,
And the first
That was
one was a
before
classic.
The first one was a classic. Yes, Marshall Mathers LP2 was trash.
Was good. You're tripping. You're tripping.
Yeah.
You
was
don't
trash.
You don't like Eminem.
I love Eminem.
You know why?
To
I
me,
don't think
he's
so.
the
Because he was coming off an
most
Eminem show.
skilled rapper I've ever heard.
Eminem show was such a great album that all the rest of them was like, if
Ain't
it
been
ain't
shit since,
no, it
except
hasn't been
for
shit.
Recovery to me.
Because
Y'all
he put
see, and that's what people
his
do.
foot in Eminem show.
People, they say, and I think he falls prey to that too. People say, "Oh, we wanted something different. This wasn't what we wanted." And they'll start saying because they didn't get what they wanted, it's a bad album.
No.
He ain't made a bad. A good artist cannot make a whole bunch of bad songs.
Shit.
Name one good artist that
DMX.
makes.
Eminem.
Hold up, we talking about M. Obviously, I'm gonna say not Eminem, but DMX is not a good artist. He is
I have a question.
He's a
Where would you rank DM? Because I watched this video on
He
YouTube
in
where they struggle with
top
ranking
100.
DMX.
top 100. Top. I'll give him 50. I'll give him 50.
Is he in the
Top
50?
I
100?
couldn't say 50 confidently. No, top 100. Yeah, only because he's DM fucking X. He's made his imprint in history. And when you talk about hip hop,
3 albums.
3 albums, you will always have to
It's
say
Darker Hell's Hot, Blood Fresh
DMX,
from my fresh.
Hell,
And X was my name.
X
and
is
they
my
were
name.
things that you will never, just like Eminem, you don't know what setting that nigga was making music for. But it was all dark, amp, and good. It was honest to who he was. So, and of course, you know how he delivered it.
I
his
like
style.
DMX.
He was never extra lyrical at all. The songs he made,
DMX
short
had
of
bars.
the Swiss giving, radio joints, and
He was
never had
animated,
songs.
so he kind of was.
He never had songs that, without help from some type of entity, went off. Even his greatest were. Here you go. For what his albums look like, for the content that his albums, name one album cut that looks like anything that has been successful in the market from him. All his market successful songs are the high party.
Yeah, party up.
That's not highly successful.
Slippin' was a big hit for him. It was one of his biggest hits on that album.
Yeah, Slippin' did go pretty
Slippin'
good.
blew up.
I'm not gonna argue.
The
that
girl
it wasn't a
record,
good,
the
good
girl
song.
record on
I
his
call it
first album.
successful. What?
Title games being
But
played. How's it going
that's
down?
poppy.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was
yeah,
still
yeah,
poppy.
that was
What
dope.
you mean? That's still a radio
But
song.
you said like it wasn't rah rah rah. That wasn't a rah rah record.
Not rah rah,
What
but
these
it's a
bitches
radio
want
song.
from it? That song.
All his
another
successful
one. The
one he did with
songs are not
Cisco.
Dark and DMX album. It's like the only poppy shit he ever did.
I'm
was
confused
played
at
on
what
the radio.
it is you're trying to say.
That he ain't making the songs that are him, ain't the songs that he's known for or successful. So much so as who he is. That's why you can't really call him one of the greatest because I don't know lyrically who he beats, but even though he had his time to shine, he never did anything that the rest of the greats did. He ain't. For what he tried to do with Rough Riders, I can't point to any big successes.
Eve, Locks, Jadakiss, like what? I'm
Of any of these who active now.
Jadakiss, Styles.
Is he really
Not
responsible for
because
Jada
of right,
Kiss?
thank you. Not because
No, but
of him.
no, I didn't know. But you said I don't know anybody from Rough Riders that did shit.
No,
Oh, yeah,
that
all of them did.
is super. I don't want to discount nobody.
I'm just trying to
They
understand
were
what you
here.
did.
They did more. Hey, they
Even
did
Swiss
more than a
Beats.
lot. They did more than a lot. Is he because?
Well, he
did
wasn't. That wasn't his label.
So
He
that's
was an
what I'm
artist
saying.
on the
Like,
label.
when you compare him to the other greats on this, outside of even just the writing, he don't stand up like he's like a ODB in the history.
No.
Not comparing with. I'm saying entity wise, not necessarily content and how they rap, but ODB is not necessarily what you call, a great MC. He is.
That is a terrible comparison.
DMX is not what you'll call a great MC. He's good. He's one of our greats, but when you line him up against the great MCs, he
Is
loses
he in the
to all
top tier?
of them.
No, I'm nobody saying he's top tier.
So where's
But
the
he ain't
what argument do
ODB.
you make? No, I'm
definitely
saying
not
when
ODB.
the same 10 that you place
He's
him
to
in,
me-
wherever you got him in your list, the same 10 to 15 ODB is close to him, wherever they are.
No.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Let's
wrong.
not Craig Mack. I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna disrespect him like that.
Craig Mack had
What's
one
another
song.
one that's like it? Jadakiss is they're about equal in that canon. Of course they're both above ODB, but Jadakiss, we've always witnessed Jadakiss hit the ceiling. Like we've never seen him, do what the greats that are in those top 20s and top 50s do. So in that vein, not necessarily looking at how which one of them rap better. Overall, DMX, we love him. He ain't. It's not a reach to not put him in the top 70.
You're reaching.
That's not a reach.
You're reaching.
That's not a reach.
70?
It's not a reach. If
70?
we talk that down, he probably gets closer to the 50. I think it's a reach to automatically put him in the top 50.
He said Wiz Khalifa said Megan.
So
sing like
somewhere
Beyonce.
in there, before the 70.
I will put him
mean,
between 50 and 60.
Okay, we can agree to that, man. That's an argument.
And
point.
this is
we can
X.
agree to that.
This is X we talking about.
Yeah. And that's why. So, I mean, he ain't. We love him more than he's worth than he's worth in the list. We love him a lot.
Can I say
that's
this?
why he feels like that.
Why is it
why
that
he feels
some, and this doesn't just go for like music or rap or anything in particular, it goes for a lot of things. Like the ones with the sheer, like actual real talent. Well, let's put it like this. Let's keep it in artistry. Let's keep it in music. The ones with the real deal talent don't get the shine that they want. And I'll extend it to certain sports. You can probably go to the Rutgers and find, some basketball players that are probably greater. You can go to the streets of Detroit and find some basketball players that are probably just as great, if not should be better than what you seeing in the league. But they don't get their shake. Just the same thing with the artists.
And that's why they ain't
There's a
gonna
lot
be
of
on the
people
list.
that don't get their shake. Like
I have an answer for that.
like these are real deal like people who have
Devin
real.
the Dude shouldn't make anybody's list, but he should be spoke about when we talk about this thing called hip hop. But he shouldn't make anybody's list anywhere. That's that conversation.
I have an answer.
There are a bunch of those MCs that deserve your respect and deserve to be heard and recognized, but fit nowhere on anybody's list.
I'll go basketball first. So, can you go to the park and see a nigga dribble you to death? Absolutely. But can he play a 5-on-5 team game? Probably not, which is the reason why he ain't in the league.
I think you give these athletes too much credit.
We talking about a singular talent versus systems. The NBA
Can he learn
is
and
a
prosper in
system.
a system
It's a league. It's a
I
system.
get
It's
what
a
you're saying.
team game. So the nigga, just because a nigga can style on you on the hard top,
Hit the hot sauce. on
yeah,
you.
and do all that. See
Yup.
that, and people gotta understand.
Well,
when
I'm
you-
not even saying about that. I'm talking about just like physically talented. Like it ain't about he can do a
But
million
can he
crossovers.
do it? But here's the thing: if he's that sports, I believe is different from music. If you are
Okay.
that good,
That's kind of where
somebody
I'm
gonna
starting to
find
feel.
out, and you gonna be playing for somebody. Even if you don't play for the NBA, you'll be overseas somewhere. You will be playing ball in somebody's league. You know what I'm saying? Unless we talking about legal issues to where you can't travel and shit like that.
I got to stop you. There are Mormons out here that will never be in anybody's fucking league.
Well, that's their
That are-
choice. That's
but
their
it's-
choice. That's
well,
different. He's talking about
But
being denied.
I'm just letting you
He's
know.
talking about being
there
denied.
are cultures in here. There are reasons why you will find a answer to that in the fact
But
that
that's-
maybe they can't, but that person could still be
Okay, but
the greatest.
understand my point. That person chose not to be doing that. Versus he's talking about being denied. He's talking about having the talent to blow and being denied the opportunity to blow. That's different from a Mormon being cold and be like, well, I'm going to stay on this farm and milk cows all day.
No, I can't because my religion denies it.
Right. That's your choice. You chose that life.
They were born into that. But I get you.
That's a whole other thing. But now with music, again, sports and music is so different. You can measure things better in sports. You understand what I'm saying? In basketball, can you shoot the jumper or not?
You got,
you know what I'm saying?
Did it go in or not? Point statistics.
Yes. Music,
and I want, like I said, I wanted to expand it beyond just.
But music again.
You know?
There's music, and then there's the music business. We talked about this
gauge.
before.
So you can't see the same artistry in athletics like that. You can't see that sometimes, you got the music in the industry, and you can make music and not be in the industry. You don't see how someone who is athletic and loves the game of this can not choose to go into the making money aspect of it and just love the game.
Yeah, I said, but that's a choice. That's not what we talking about.
So I don't. Okay, then I don't understand where you're saying the denial is coming from. Who is that?
All I'm saying is that there are people who actually have a tremendous amount of talent at these particular things, but they don't get the same shake that specific ones do.
And what is this shake?
They don't get the same. Either they don't get the same opportunity, they don't get the same. They're not in the spotlight or the limelight.
There are people that who just aren't in, an area that is friendly to that endeavor. Meaning, not everybody has ability to go to a college and play the ball like this, or when you say everybody ain't getting a fair shake, what is the fair shake that you feel like everybody ain't got? It's gonna be different. The path is different for everybody.
Like there probably can be other folks that can make it to the league. There probably can be other folks that are getting the deals. There probably can be other people that are getting, in the spotlight versus some of the ones that we see. Like you have some that you look at it like this person completely has zero talent whatsoever, but he's making money. Versus somebody that has all the talent in the world.
That's business.
It is.
So what point are you making? I guess I'm saying because that exists.
I was asking a question. I'm not asking as if to point a finger and say it's somebody's fault or wherever it is.
Question? I guess I'm. Unless you're asking specifically why these people cannot make it in your Kim Kardashians get up there and the people with no talent seem to find a way to make it and blow, yet these people who have credible talent can't find out how to make it and blow? You're saying something is holding them down, somebody is...
It's more of by design, like certain ones are selected versus the others.
Okay, I see where you're going. You're going into your conspiracy theory.
Why it got to be conspiracy theory?
Because who designed this design that's holding these people back?
See, this is what happens.
All
right. Here's what happens. I say one word. Like out of all that shit, all you heard was titties. Like,
no.
So I say a whole sentence and you heard, what do you mean by shake?
I didn't understand what you were saying, and as you talked it down, it started feeling like you were saying just that there is for the shake that people don't get the
opportunity,
the fact that they don't,
the ability.
There is a design intent for these people not to have these opportunities, possibilities.
Correct.
So now I ask you, who's at the base of that? Who is the one that is?
There's no specific person at the base of it.
Do you know
and again, my question
means?
was
Do you know
broad.
Again,
my question was broader than just music.
But that's what a conspiracy is. If you don't know who doing it, but it's a design out here that's keeping these people down, but they in the back, and you don't know who it is. That's the definition of conspiracy.
This is the problem. The problem is you're thinking that talent is the decider. Talent is never the decider, except for sports. That's why I say sports is different. You can't compare sports and music. What the fuck was that?
What the somebody's car started?
That's crazy. Sports aside, music specifically, it's music business. It's not about talent. It's never been about talent with music. It's about being able to sell records.
In the market, yes, that's exactly.
That's what
all
the
it
music
is.
business is about.
Correct.
So
It
you
helps
can
you
have
to be
all the
good.
talent
It
in the
helps you to be
world,
talented, but if you sell a
but
record,
if you
fuck how
can't sell a
talented you
record,
is.
then they don't
They
give
don't
a
want-
fuck.
Right.
And
That's
if-
the answer to your
And if
question.
you can sell a record, it don't matter if you're talented or not. As long
Exactly.
as you can sell a record,
It's
you'll
about
find
it's
success in
called the
market.
music business. It's not called music. It's called the
And
music
I think
business.
I think a lot of times it revolves around like who folks and people are attracted to, and you tend to question, why are people attracted to this versus that?
Now that's a study in our society. Yeah, I feel you. Because why do people, why do we gravitate so much to the? What was you saying something different?
I don't know.
wanna-
It's just
I want to break
it's
you
just
off. Go
it's just
ahead.
your aura switched when you got to like, oh, this is talking about embracing or analyzing society. Yes, I can speak on this. Like it gave me this like
I thought you was speaking on that.
it was like ugh, almost.
Man.
No, I'm fucking with
I
you.
know. This is why we can't have nice things.
I'm fucking. I'm
but
fucking with you.
why do people, fucking?
All right, so
Like all the bad,
let me
nasty
veer off. Let me veer off and ask
dirty
this question.
shit.
Did y'all have specific topics that y'all wanted to bring? Because I wanted to
No.
ask this question. It's not going to be very in depth, but I did want to ask this question. Can you? Okay, in a office environment, and in the light of now, 2019.
The climate. Yep.
And
It's Friday, y'all.
and either
Friday.
an office environment. No,
Listen
it's
up.
it's
Listen
not even
up.
It's not even
Listen up.
Either an office environment or just outdoor work environment or any form of professional environment.
Dressing this shit up real nice.
Mhm.
Go ahead. I'm
Get it
sorry.
together.
I'll
Cook,
keep cutting
nigga,
you
cook.
off. My
Can
bad.
you
Cook.
feel comfortable, like just in one room, 1-on-1 with a woman?
I want you to answer that first.
And here's the reason why I bring it up, because there was a I
That
believe
is
it's
go ahead.
what
Go. No, finish.
Cook, nigga. Yeah, go ahead,
finish,
cook, because we about to eat.
Yeah.
Go ahead, cook.
You about to get this work. Go ahead, finish.
the reason
Get it together. Go and get it together.
The reason I asked, I believe he was a deputy or sheriff or whatever. He believes in the what's his religion? What's the guy's name? By his religion, he did not feel comfortable being in the room with or by himself with a particular female officer to be trained, and he refused to train her, and they fired him for it. So because of his religion, he's like, I don't want to be a part of this. I don't want to train her one-on-one.
Because of his religion, is he a Muslim?
No, it was well, I had to pull it up and everything.
He's a sheriff, so I don't know it anymore.
yeah. So but he was in a particular county, and he did not want to do it, and he was fired because of it. Because he felt that because of his religion, that he did not, he was not going to be comfortable being in the room by himself
His religion
with
makes
a
him
woman
uncomfortable in the room with
only.
a woman.
Yeah, exactly.
Only.
Why?
That is what is getting down.
So
maybe
now you
maybe for
answer.
moral balances, maybe for issues of hey, some other issues might get raised up. I'm speculating.
Like,
I'm
let's just jump
I'm
into it.
spitballing.
Let's just jump right into
I'm
it.
spitballing.
Any nigga that
I don't
feel
know why he
uncomfortable
did.
because you gotta be in a room alone with a woman and you think something could happen, you a predator. For some, if you can't trust yourself around a woman to the capacity to where, no man, something could go bad because
I agree.
she could do
100%.
something. She could bring her titties out. No, I have to have sex with her. Somehow you can get tricked into doing something inappropriate. If that is a threat in your head, you one of them dudes.
A former sheriff's deputy in North Carolina is suing over his firing, saying he lost his job because his religious belief prevented him from training a woman. This is in Sanford, North
religious
Carolina.
beliefs.
A former sheriff deputy in North Carolina is suing. The Sanford Herald reports that Lee County Deputy Manuel Torres is claiming religious discrimination in the lawsuit filed July 31st in U.S. District Court. Lawsuit says that the 51-year-old Torres believed the Bible prohibits him from being alone with a woman who's not his wife for extended periods of time. It says he requested a religious accommodation in July 2017 when he was told to train a female deputy. It says he was fired about 2 months later. The newspaper reports Sheriff Tracy Carter declined comment, seeking reinstatement, least sheriff's officers, damages, whatever. I think his religion was.
He said the Bible.
No, it wasn't the Billy Graham rule. He's a follower of the Billy Graham rule. That's what it's
that's
called.
still Christianity. Billy Graham's Christian.
Right.
So the religion is the Bible is Christianity.
Right.
So
that's the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my life.
Did they say? I'm sure they didn't, but I'm sure he didn't let them know I needed this accommodation when you hire me. I can't be around. You're a sheriff, and you can't be around women by yourself for X amount of time.
Right. What if you got to arrest a woman or you let her go because, like, oh, shit, we might be alone. Go
right.
ahead.
So that is so fucking dumb.
He said for extended periods of time.
With her, it almost feels like something odd is happening right there.
Like he said, he believed that he is not able to be with a woman that is not his wife for extended periods of time.
So what is an extended period of time when you're just training her?
Because that means he's going to have to put in probably hours and hours of
doing
work
what
with
training?
this. Look, dog, I just read the shit.
Oh, okay. See, well, it's out of context because training could be when you say extended a period of time. If he don't get no definition of what extended,
She
period
could probably
of time
be
is,
a ride along with him. She could probably be
fucking
riding
matter
with
how
him
long,
for a
8
whole
hours,
week.
4 hours. So that's 4 hours a day or 8 hours a day for 5 days a week. That's 40 hours out of however long.
That's 40 hours
so
that
40
he's
hours
spending with a
is
woman that's
too
not his
long.
wife.
One could argue you pass people you work with other women
Then go
that
work
you
at
are
a fucking
around
jail
every
then.
day.
Go work at a prison. Like,
For more than 40 hours. There are females that work. I know that's not a male only, sheriff's department, or I don't know what the fuck it is. But for you to say X amount, for you to give a undefined amount of time consists of what do you say? Extended
period of time.
I that type of loophole, gray area shit. That is a hallmark of somebody being fucked up. Or doing some fucked up shit. You're leaving yourself out.
Him trying to keep himself away from being in a
I think he was fired for something
enclosed
else.
environment with a woman.
Did they say that he was fired directly for that? And what you heard, it said, 2 months after that, he was fired.
Correct.
So it's his assumption that that's what he was fired for, correct?
I am to
as
believe
far as the
that
knowledge
that's
that
what,
you, for what
as
you
far as
read,
the knowledge that I have.
That's where my mind goes. I would like, because they didn't comment on it. The police, he said that they denied commenting on the situation. I would like to know why exactly. What was their reason for letting him go, and we can go from there. But if we gonna extrapolate this to the how you feel in this
what
area,
if he has daughters? Can he be alone with his daughters? That's not his wife.
Other family members,
His
other
auntie,
friends.
his mama.
That's
that
digging.
gray
I'm
area
pretty
that
sure
niggas
that's
that somebody's trying to facilitate some type of fuck shit.
that's family.
Relieve
That's
themselves.
a difference. This
Is it?
somebody you
See,
create.
and that's the problem with religion.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers, these religious people, they run a straight line except for when it's in their interest. So you can't go to your job and say, I can't be around no females for extended period of time, but my mom and my sister cool. But at work, nah, get this bitch away from me. Yeah. Nah, nigga, it's either or, dog.
What if you
either gonna run the hard line or not.
Who's to say a woman don't get arrested?
You're gonna treat your daughters.
Cell?
You're gonna treat your daughters, your family, and everything a lot different than you would a person that you are not related
Okay.
to.
Why?
Well, put that to the sheriff.
Because
put that to the sheriff that got a.
What would he do? What would he do?
I think the whole thing has to deal with any form of sexual interest or keeping yourself away
So
from.
you can't control yourself?
And that's what this comes down to.
There are some men that I know that will take themselves out
Them
of the
niggas
situation.
need to be in jail or stay at home.
Don't get a job then. If you
it's
can't
a matter
control
of time
yourself,
before you do
It's
something
not about
fucked up.
controlling yourself is taking yourself out of the situation.
right, take yourself out. Don't expect the job to give you special treatment. No, nigga, take yourself out. Quit. Run the badge. You and Jesus. Tell Jesus to pay your bills, dumbass. That
is
shit bothers
crazy.
me, bro. I'm
That-
sorry.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That shit is fucking beyond
people-
ridiculous.
That is the and I get how you were setting up that it's a climate that would facilitate that. You feel like maybe his thought process is, all right, this is the climate that we in. I ain't about to get me too. I don't want to be, and this is a reach. But maybe
I was
if
about
he
to say that is a
I don't-
super reach.
I don't want to get me too, so I don't feel comfortable being alone with this
It is
woman.
not hard to not
And
sexually
intimate.
harass women.
Okay, the dude that says that is
So
is
what
a-
if the
is
woman
a-
comes on to you?
It's harassment waiting to happen.
What if? Okay, so
This
what
shit
if-
came on to me.
Right.
What's
what the
next?
fuck is we talking about?
Okay.
See,
You
no,
bring that up.
That's that bullshit.
No, I got no.
dog.
That's not that bullshit. I'm
Yeah,
not
it
trying to
is,
be on no
bro.
bullshit.
Yes, it
I'm
is.
just
You
trying
got
to bring
that
up.
look in
She
your
can be
eye.
the aggressor. So she can be the aggressor, and I still feel like, you know what? Let me shoot her down because she's being the aggressor. I could get me too.
Okay, so you shoot her down. You flip the script.
I ain't the nigga that shoot. No, you shoot your shot. Why would I shoot you down? I'm not scared of getting me too, because I ain't doing nothing to you. You shoot all of your shot, and I'm gonna meet you wherever
and she
you
come back
throw it.
because you okay. You gonna let her shoot her shots.
Yup.
You gonna take in all the shots that
Yup.
she's shooting.
Yup.
Play along with it. You
Yup.
know you ain't did
Be an
shit with her.
adult. Yup.
You okay? Her man's find out a little bit about you or some shit, and then she comes flip the script.
So now
And
you're
then she
saying that we
come
did
and
all of
me
this
too
flirting,
you.
and
Right.
she has a man,
Right.
and he found out that we did all of that flirting, that
And
she
then-
did
and
all
then
of
she
that
me too's
aggressive
you.
flirt. She say to him, "You know, he raped me." Or
Only
whatever
reason
the
I'm
Me
saying
Too
because
is.
that shit happens.
Because
No, it doesn't. No, it does
and
not.
that is where the falsities. That's what's so dangerous
Ain't no
about the
way
Me
in
Too
hell.
movement.
No, see,
that never happens like that. And if it
ne-
does,
it never happens
If it
like that.
does,
No, it does
women,
not.
Women don't harass men also.
it don't go from women harass man. Man meets woman at that level. Woman goes home to her man. Somehow her man finds out that y'all were flirting, that she started flirting with you, and now he is at the point to where something got to happen so bad that she says, "Oh, wait, he forced himself on me." As the result of this, no, that narrative that because we're flirting and somehow you just find out that we flirting, now I have
What, lost my job?
what did I
or
do?
what?
Grope her? Like what is the Me Too here? I touched her inappropriately. Like what are you using to Me Too me with? Whatever that is, it's a reach to say that she gets aggressive, gets me to meet her at the on that level, go back, and somehow magically her man finds something out from just that leads him to believe he got to do something so bad that she would say, "All right, lie on this nigga." That is.
You said
Those
Katy
are
Perry
reaches.
just did that to this dude. He was
No.
harassed.
And he.
So,
So what I get,
because
she
of-
went and showed his
I
dick
just
to
read
people.
it.
Like, have you heard that story? She she went and opened his pants and showed people. Point being, if you hear that dude tell the story, I don't think he's as innocent in all that. Like she did a.
We talking about the
lot.
guy that's is it the guy that's her designer or some shit like that?
I'm not
never
sure
heard
what
this
position
story.
he
I
had,
don't know
but
what you're talking
if you look it up, basically, she they cool. I'm not sure if I think he's homosexual. I'm not sure, but they have that friendly, kind of friendly kind of back and forth. But it got to a point to where they were in a room. He came in, she introduced. And as he turned around, as he the way he puts it, like he was all thrown off, wasn't expecting it or nothing, just all innocent. She grabs his pants, grabs him, pulls him away from him, and shows people, invites people to come and look at his penis. And this happens, and it stops. The duration, it stops. You go home and you didn't make a big stink about it there or nothing, but now it's an issue.
So he's Me Tooing Katy Perry.
Yes.
Okay.
So now do we believe?
I don't know. This mindset that some men have that
You
because
can't
we
stop
are
people
in
from
the
doing
Me
stuff to you.
Too movement that oh shit, here come a woman. Let me handcuff myself so I don't mistakenly touch the bitch.
Like,
so she'll throw me under the jail.
Yeah.
Like that is so ridiculous to me.
Yeah.
Like,
okay,
come on, man.
before I went
That's-
to
that's-
before
that's
I went
dumb.
to
That's
before I
just
went to
dumb.
Ferris.
You a man. Tell me.
Bef-
That's all it is. You
Before
a man.
I went to Ferris, my moms and my sister-in-law sat me down and had a nice size talk with me as far as the dealings with women.
to
And
have that talk with you at 17, 18?
yes, they had. What
Word.
do you mean? Did they have to have
What
that
at
talk?
18 did you know not to do to a woman?
That's a good question. That's an
I-
excellent question.
This it's deeper. It's deeper than rap. It's deeper than rap.
Not
That's
really
it.
though.
It's not.
Not
Because
really.
it's a difference
Unless you
be-
tell me what kind of conversation this
one,
was.
you already know. The difference is the conniving and shifty shit that can actually go down. You're
So they're
out.
ju- they're
It's a
warning
difference
you
of
about the
being.
bad
It's a difference of
women.
coming home to moms and pops at night to coming home by yourself and possibly doing.
But you
some
ain't
shit.
know that before
What
then?
you, stop. What you
D-
mean?
wait,
Possibly
hold up.
doing
Let's-
something?
See, you digging too deep. Can I finish?
Yes, please.
All right.
I'm interested.
Okay. Damn.
All right.
Because there was hard decisions that had to be made at Ferris, and some of those would spawn. Hey, we okay. The whole shit
Quiet
was
as hell in
you
here.
must you
That is for him.
because the first shit was we going to buy you some hats. Their first scenario was we're going to buy you some hats. Like I'm like, all right, I know I'm not gonna be out here, going after him and shit like that. I'm trying to be here to focus on the book. We don't give a shit. We getting you some hats. Then they get to break it down like, look, you gotta watch females. You gotta watch women. They can be conniving as hell. Like you gotta watch them, even if they going and giving you the head and shit. They might, as soon as you get ready to finish, hop off, jump on, and catch it all inside of them. Like watch all this shit. This is a whole
And you know-
breakdown.
And that's a threat. That's a
This is
credible
whole
threat.
breakdown. They were giving me way deeper shit than that. If they drunk,
Do you think that you
if they
couldn't
drunk
stop that?
treated
You
this
couldn't
way,
stop that
if
from
it's all-
happening? You don't think you can stop that from happening, Kano? You got to be
No.
warned against that. You
No.
don't think you can stop a girl from
you can stop.
stealing your
You can
semen?
stop. I'm just saying.
You can't stop a girl
I'm
from
just,
stealing
I'm just
your
saying
semen.
those
Where her
conversations.
vagina?
Those
She ain't even put it in
conversations
a pack, she
happen
can
then.
steal-
If those conversations happen then, what's to say that some people don't have these thinkings when they around certain women and shit now? I
Was
mean,
that a
guess what?
necessary
Wait, no.
conversation, though?
Guess
Did
what?
you need that conversation?
It was ridiculous. Moms, I love you. That was a ridiculous conversation
But that's
then.
what
It's
parents
a
do
ridiculous
for their kids
What's
that are
what's
now
ridiculous about it
off,
then?
though.
A ridiculous.
that.
I'm about to
I
tell
get
you what's
that.
ridiculous. Ridiculous is getting head from a woman and you like, about to bust, and then the bitch jumps up like the Flash, jumps on your dick,
Keep
and,
going.
and you
And
can't
you
do
can't
nothing about
stop
it.
it.
That's fucking
That
ridiculous.
is not a credible. That's not a credible threat.
That is
And-
the most absurd shit I've
Hey,
ever heard.
I get that parents want to
See,
send their kids off
But
into the world.
I have
safe.
examples of this shit, but I can't tell them on air
Yeah,
because
you
it
can.
would.
No,
it
okay.
would-
First of all,
because
if
it will
that
put
happened-
certain people on blast.
If that happened to somebody,
It'll
they
put-
deserve it.
It will put certain people on blast.
Hey,
You wanted
if
it.
that happened to you,
If that happened
you
to you,
deserve
you
it.
wanted it.
You deserve it.
If she stole
You're
your
an idiot.
semen with her vagina, you wanted it.
Yeah, you wanted her
You
to.
wanted that. It's no way that. That's why it's a hard conversation with male rape.
Yeah.
Like if you can really be a male, unless you incapacitated, if you drugged up.
I
and
feel
you
like we
can't
had
really
this
move,
conversation.
Yeah,
we
before,
did.
didn't
You've
we?
been
But
drunk.
that's where we
It's
going.
been times I've been drunk and ended up with somebody I did not want,
the
and it got
reach
guided that
goes to
way.
is the only way that
Don't.
happens.
No,
So the real
don't-
question about
don't
that.
fucking look at me.
So the real conversation
Did you
is
hear what this nigga
Volcano.
just said?
Don't
Did you hear
fucking
what
look
he
at
just
me
said?
like that.
Nah, what did he
Don't-
Did you hear what he just said?
What did he say?
This motherfucker said there have been nights that I have been drunk and ended up sleeping with somebody that I didn't want to sleep with.
Exactly.
You know what you sound like, right?
Exactly.
Do you take that? If somebody said that, would you? Oh, Kano. You and me too. You and you too. You and me too. You and me too.
Yeah, I mean,
So she
hey.
took it
No.
from you?
He's a fucking liar. That's what he is.
No, he and me too. Her.
He's a liar. That's
I
what
would
he
take it
is.
as a lie too. I'd
He's
hope
a
it to be a lie
liar.
too. You wanted to sleep with everybody you ever
You ain't
slept
never
with.
fucked nobody you ain't want to fuck.
Yeah. You
never.
wanted to sleep, yeah. You wanted to sleep with everyone you've ever slept with.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right,
know,
then,
right?
nigga. Don't try that.
But not this one though.
Yeah, you did.
Try
Yeah, you
that.
did.
That wasn't even
No.
on my.
It
That
was
wasn't even on
college.
my radar.
Hey, try that shit
This
on another
one-
radio
it
show.
wasn't
dog.
even on my
not on
radar.
Friday.
Not on
Not
this
on
one.
Friday.
Not on duty.
Not on Friday.
No, nigga, you ain't
No,
running that
nigga.
way here.
Hey, dude. First off, kudos to you for not denying your parents the pleasure of doing and saying and trying to get you out into the world
I wouldn't
as
say-
best prepared.
I wouldn't say
because
it
not
was-
only is
it's
that
re-
an unnecessary conversation,
I don't think it's an unnecessary conversation.
it's not unnecessary to give your kids what you think they need. But did Kano really need to hear that? Did 18-year-old Chris really need to hear, don't let this chick steal your semen with her vagina?
Yep.
You needed to hear that because if you didn't, it could have happened.
And it was more than that. It was more than
But
that.
it could have happened had you
It
not
really,
been
it really
warned.
broke down a lot about women can call rape on a lot of different occasions, even though it's consensual.
You knew that at 18.
No,
We knew that before 18.
Yeah.
you got to see
We
the
knew
difference.
that before 18.
You got to see the difference is
Mike
did
Tyson
not.
happened. We learned that
Yeah.
from Mike Tyson, dude. I knew that at 13
Yeah.
when Mike Tyson got locked up.
Dude, I knew not to do. I knew not to go past a girl's no early.
Oh yeah, you know
like
that point, right?
You don't lose.
But
that.
certain scenarios and different instances and everything that can happen are good using points. I mean, what's wrong with that?
That's why I say I'm not mad at a parent wanting to just give a wealth of knowledge.
But
to whatever
again,
they think
none
their
of
kid
that-
needs before
And
they
then
go
too,
to college.
you got to understand
Not
my
mad at that.
high school experience was probably absolutely different than everybody else's because I went to an all male school.
Ooh, okay. That did not factor in. Okay.
So I did still not.
Okay.
I did
Still
not
don't.
have.
Because ask him what he
Well-
was doing when he wasn't in school.
Don't matter. You
It
spent
matters.
a gang of
Listen,
ripper time
listen,
around.
none
dudes.
of that
Your social
has
how
anything.
long was that?
Hold
how long
on,
Did you
4 years. But here's the thing: none of that matters when it comes to this extra. When men are being so extra with the I ain't gonna say hi to her. The bitch might say I harassed her.
Yeah,
like,
I will
to
agree
me,
with
that
that.
is ridiculous.
Now
And
Now that
that's
part,
what,
that's ridiculous.
that is
Yeah,
what
I'll
that
agree
is. That story.
now that he said that, I don't think so. Do you? I can see
No, I'm
a
not
part
talking
of
about
his
his parents.
socialization.
Uh,
I'm not talking about his parents. I'm talking about the
story of
he
the guy
read
who,
to us.
yeah, the
The
physical-
church, the
church
sheriff.
guy. Yeah, the sheriff.
That's what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is, your parents giving you game before you go to my parents. They talk to me too. That is completely different than
the
again
guy, yeah.
living in a world where you have these men who are trying to make a point by being super extra when it comes to women.
Yeah.
They're trying to make a point. They're essentially being petty. So
Yeah.
they're saying, okay, you got these women claiming harassment, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, fuck it then. I just can't be around no women. And we just
Yeah.
going to do it like that. And then they're forcing these systems to do something. So this sheriff is being extra. I can't be alone with a chick because she might say I harassed her.
Yeah.
And they would say, oh, yeah, well, guess what?
No,
You
he
fired.
said it was on him. He said that it was. He said he told them it's his religious faith that he is not to be
He's a
spending
liar.
extended amount of time with women other than his wife
and his
or
mother.
That's a thorough
And his
lie.
sister. And
I
his auntie.
have to read
and his
deeper.
homegirl that he grew up with. You see what I'm saying with this shit?
He
It's
was fired for
ridiculous,
something
man.
other than that. I'm willing to bet as the
But
story
you can
develops.
get fired for
He was
refusing
fired.
to do,
Do
your,
your
job.
job. Yeah,
Probably
that's what it was.
They don't give a fuck about that. Your job is to train her. Because
Exactly.
this is
Right.
your
And
job.
he didn't do it.
Period.
And
And
they
now you
clipped
are
her.
relieved of your duties
Exactly. As
because
he
you were
should be.
insubordinate
Right.
and didn't do. It ain't got nothing to do with them infringing on your religious
Well, no,
beliefs
because
or-
they probably
or none of
didn't
that.
even know about none of that shit anyway. 9 times out of 10, again, I don't know this story, but I'm gonna venture to say that he's probably been a sheriff at this place for a long time.
Yes.
And
Right.
if he has, he's been around women for extended periods of time while he was a sheriff. Like I said, this boils down to, again, men being extra petty.
Yeah.
Dude,
At least in that instance, yes. Yeah,
at
you
the
don't
end of the
answer
day,
that, that
I don't
doesn't
care
mean
how
you
many
answer.
women claim harassment, blah, blah, blah. Men still rule the world. Relax. All these men out here being extra, oh shit, don't shake her hand. Don't wave at her. Like, come on, dog. Chill the
yeah,
fuck
that's a
out.
bit much.
That's
if
ridiculous.
If it ain't in your heart to be a piece of shit, you won't be a piece of shit. If you have to watch yourself now because now people are hyper vigilant about pieces of shit,
That means you was a piece of
you
shit
probably
anyway.
need to change your piece of shit ass ways and stop being that nasty ass nigga. And anybody that whose cases come up from old school and this and that, you got to deal with that. If you ever was that nigga, if they dig it up now because it was,
you gotta pay the piper.
you have to, you gotta answer that, and you is that nigga. I understand you can, people change. Nah, the person that says you can change, but the person that says I changed, if you tell me, I probably don't believe you. Most times, the people that change, you can see it, and it's an obvious thing, and they don't have to defend that change. But if you start saying, "Oh, I'm a changed man," yet, you know, you still a piece of shit out here in some regard, that's obvious you ain't changed, and you got to wear that too. Any dude that feels threatened by having to not be a piece of shit around a girl because you can go to jail behind it, live in your fear. We are better off with you being scared.
Stay home.
And
Stay home with
not
your
going
wife,
around no women.
And your mama and your sister and your auntie and all the women that you can.
Regular
be around.
niggas can control their compulsions around.
What is that Billy Graham rule?
That's crazy.
I don't know it, and okay. Person leaves if they avoid spending time. Okay, the Billy Graham rule is a practice among some male evangelical Protestant leaders, in which and the guy is actual like preacher or pastor or whatever at his church.
Are there women in his congregation?
Of course there are.
It is named.
It's not an all-male congregation.
So how
The Billy Graham rule is a practice among some male evangelical Protestant leaders in which they avoid spending time alone with women to whom they are not married. It is named after Billy Graham, a proponent of the practice, although recently has also been called the Mike Pence rule. I didn't know that. I didn't know anything about that, but
yeah, man. Niggas nasty.
Yeah, it's
if you threatened by this climate, if
the
you're
rule
threatened
has
by the
been,
climate of just people watching you, you probably should feel
so
threatened.
the rule has been criticized for viewing. I hate that I got to do this, but the rule has been criticized for viewing women merely as potential objects of lust, as well as restricting opportunities for women to network with male colleagues. Tracy Bianchi argues that it means women are marginalized and cut out of opportunities to network, share their ideas, and advance in the organization. Bianchi also argues that the rule conflicts with the practices of Jesus himself, who spent time alone with the Samaritan woman.
All right, we're married, getting down.
So it's still some thrown out shit. Now, we off that. Did you?
I suppose.
Again, was there anything else that y'all wanted to bring up?
I do, but I don't.
Let him have it, John.
Jay-Z.
Talk to him about it. We can have a conversation.
I do, but I don't.
Well, why don't you? Well, it's good to have it because if you recognize he's doing nothing wrong, do you want a presence on the inside that you can trust?
So again, that's the argument,
Yeah.
right? So the argument is, do you believe that you can change something from the inside? I am not of the belief that that's possible.
It depends on the system. The big system, no.
I believe
systems,
that
yes.
the NFL.
NFL is
NFL's huge.
It can be changed.
It's huge. I don't believe it can be changed. For one, so I don't think it has been clearly defined what he's actually going to be doing, other than the halftime show.
I feel like it's music and in some way an ambassador as cultural, and go between.
Hip hop's first billionaire will help the NFL's social justice efforts. Critics are angry that the deal excludes Colin Kaepernick.
That's a conversation I don't think we had either. Is it okay that his silence is paid for, Colin Kaepernick? Because we've heard nothing. He's got the check. Do your efforts stop because you get the check?
His efforts haven't stopped, though.
I've heard nothing from him at all.
That doesn't mean his efforts have stopped.
Well, do you stop speaking about it?
He never. Okay,
Like,
so
what
are we talking about interviews, or like what are we talking about? He's been consistent with what he's been doing since he started protesting.
There's been a pronounced lack of public communication from Colin
But
Kaepernick.
that has been the case since day one.
No.
Well, since he
He
left
been
San
vocal.
Francisco, no. Once he stopped playing football, he stopped talking to the media.
You're tripping.
No, I'm not.
Well, when you mean stop talking to the media,
He stopped talking to the media once he stopped playing
stop
football.
talking directly to the media. Okay, stop communicating with the public.
He does communicate to the public. I follow him on Instagram. He talks all the time.
Okay.
What do you? I'm confused at
there
what it is. And I wanted to.
Do you acknowledge
the topic
the
of
difference in his
Jay-Z.
presence?
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
it's
we-
the same thing. He got somewhere. It's not coincidental that his presence diminished once he got the settlement.
It didn't though. His presence has been
I'm not-
exactly the same.
When I say his presence, I mean his visibility is a better
His
word.
visibility has been
declined.
exactly the same.
It has not.
It has.
It has not.
It has.
Now, no, I don't think he's expected to kill all his social media accounts, but he was on other platforms talking.
Like what?
He did interviews.
Give me one.
I remember seeing him on Sway.
So wait,
was
wait,
not
wait,
on
wait,
He
wait,
was
wait, wait, wait.
He has been on Sway before.
I don't remember that.
Wait, we getting off the topic because the topic
Well,
was
the topic
main
is-
thing is about
When we
Jay-Z
get what we want,
and his involvement.
we want a representative. We want change. We want change in the NFL. They're reaching out to acknowledge giving us the change.
What change did we ask for with the NFL?
right.
I'm asking.
Not acknowledging the communications of your players and the stifling of your communication of your players. When you saw they were protesting, the protest was not about the NFL, but the NFL tried to control the protest. Almost one could say the argument was they tried to quell the protest. That was the issue. That now you showing yourself not to be someone who cares about the communications of us who give so much to your entity. So now it's fuck you until you do something about that. That's the issue with the NFL. The police brutality behind the kneeling is those two are separate things.
What does Jay-Z have to do with
He
either
is
one of
a
those?
liaison of sorts between the two.
While the deal
cultural,
effectively gives Jay-Z a major role in developing one of the most watched concerts in the
Jay-Z
country,
in a way.
it also includes a social justice partnership between the rapper and the NFL Rock Nation. The NFL ads will play an important role in the NFL's recently launched Inspire Change Initiative, a collaboration between the NFL and the Players Coalition, a group of NFL players seeking to advance social and racial justice. The initiative focuses on 3 causes in particular: education and economic advancement, police and community relations, and criminal justice reform. So these are some of the things that a group of NFL players have got together and created an initiative to work with the actual league. And Jay-Z is supposed to have some form of a part in this, in this Inspire
almost
Change
like the
initiative.
acceptance of
So basically, he making the theme music for this shit.
outside of what he's doing with the Super Bowl music. He's going to be producing the Super Bowl entertainment.
Correct.
Outside of that, he is a glorified liaison of sorts between the culture and the entity that the culture trusts and the entity feels has enough power and is respected by the culture to where it legitimizes the choices being made over here. If you have Jay-Z and you run it through Jay-Z and he says the culture will accept that, 9 times out of 10, the culture will accept it. I think that position, you need somebody in there. I don't think you can find a better representative than Jay-Z. And, you've already got the relationships with the family and all that. You getting Beyonce somewhere in the back of that, dude. Like, it's such a good move on so many fronts for the NFL to use him. Although, if you take Jay-Z out and still do the coalition thing and make all the change, the actual change, that's what we care about, what you just went through. That is the change happening. You need someone to carry it into, all right, this is the direct line between the culture, at least on that level, because the NFL is not a person. Jay-Z, they ain't using Sean Carter. This is the NFL and Jay-Z.
Now, I agree with that 100% that they're using Jay-Z. They're
in a good way. Jay-Z is allowing himself to be used as the go-between because it is a good move.
That's what you see.
Yeah.
What I see is because of what happened with Kaepernick, we have lost trust with not only our black players, but with a lot of our black football fans.
Right.
We bring Jay-Z in to quell that shit down.
But I think there was already something in place prior to Jay-Z.
The coalition was before Jay-Z.
Okay.
But the problem with the coalition was that the coalition was split in half. When the coalition started, all the players was on the same page. Then the shit got split because Cap, Eric Reed, and a couple players on the Miami Dolphins went up against the coalition and said, y'all basically sold us out when they took that settlement money. Well, I don't want to say it was settlement money, but when the coalition came to an agreement with the NFL gave them some money. Some of the players that were part of that coalition left. They said they didn't like the agreement. They didn't like the deal. So, yeah, that started way before Jay-Z. But the problem was the coalition was looking funny in the light, too. So, Jay-Z is brought in, and this is where I agree with you. Jay-Z is brought in to say, okay, niggas, we got Jay-Z. It's good. Shut up. Relax. Let's get back to normal. Playing football, drinking beer, blah, blah, blah.
That is the message that you want to see.
I feel you on that aspect of it.
That Jay-Z is the conduit between the communication
it's like
for the
the
culture
meeting
and the
between
entity.
My
Kanye
issue with
and Trump.
Jay-Z being involved is that prior to this, Jay-Z has been shitting on the NFL and riding with Cap.
And now you've made the change that I did that for.
What changed? Cap still ain't got no job.
Cap don't want.
Yes, he does. I follow him on Instagram. He wants a job still to this day.
Oh, okay. What was the settlement about? What did they settle?
The settlement was about him being blackballed or whatever.
So now there's an expectation that even after the win of this settlement, you will still. Who paid this settlement? The NFL or the owners? Were there specific
I don't know.
owners?
I don't know that.
I don't know how you expect a job from an entity that you just sued.
I'm not
and got a
saying,
settlement
listen,
from.
I agree with that. I'm not saying, I think it's unrealistic for Cap to expect to get a job in the league. That ain't my point. My point is, if I'm riding with you for a specific reason, I'm riding with you. So here's the thing. If I'm saying, let me just use me. If I'm a famous blah, 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 and I say I'm riding with Cap, it's fucked up Cap ain't get a job, NFL is full of shit, I'm with Cap. There is no circumstance to where which I would turn around and then go work with the very company that I was just shitting on.
That list of things that I in that list, you did not say what the issue with the NFL was. You said Cap ain't got a job. I'm not sure that the standing with Cap was because Cap didn't have a job.
He said it on stage with a Kaepernick jersey on.
Oh, okay.
There's video
I'm talking
of
about
it.
overall.
I'm talking about Jay-Z. I'm talking about Jay-Z.
Yes,
I brought up
that is the conduit of the
Jay-Z.
support, yes, Cap is the conduit of the support, but him not having a job is the symptom of the problem. It's what you. Him not having a job is the result of what you want changed in the NFL. Him getting a job does not mean that the change in the NFL happens.
Never said it does. That's not what I'm focused on.
So when
you're
say
making arguments that I'm not
saying that
arguing.
Jay-Z only had support for Cap not having a job. That's not the case.
Then why did he say it?
He did not say that's the only thing it was.
That's one of them.
Okay, so once
then why go back on your word?
The rest of the shit, I didn't go back. He didn't go back on the word. There are still other things that must be satisfied. That
if I say
satisfied.
fuck the NFL, I'm not gonna turn around and go work with the NFL.
Yeah,
So
right.
he said, did Cap say fuck the NFL?
I've never heard him say it. No.
So if he's supporting Cap, Why do you think he's saying fuck the NFL for Cap, but Cap won't say fuck the NFL?
Because Cap still want to play in the NFL.
Okay, then they have two different agendas.
But if
he don't care
again-
about Cap, yes, I do support him not having a job. I want him to have a job, but I still have another agenda that must be met, and it don't end with Cap settlement. Yeah, I'm with him. He should have a job. I'm with that too. But the change of the NFL is what I'm going for.
He can't change the
He
NFL.
can't change the NFL.
Not him by himself.
He
the
is a-
changes that the NFL
See,
made is
TDG,
what they
what you're
need.
not seeing is-
Do you
what
know
they
who runs
wanted.
the NFL?
He didn't change that. I'm not saying Jay did that. I'm saying him being okay to work with them is a result of these changes being made.
Jay-Z is a
People
mascot.
are vilifying him, and it's like saying, all right, y'all made these changes. We like this. Now I'll work with you. I denied working with you because I needed these changes met. Fuck Cap having a job. We need the NFL to change.
And
Day
see,
by
that
day of
part-
all this other stuff has happened. So now I'm happy to work with you. And not only am I happy to work with you, now I'm going to work with you on how you want it to work, but now I'm also going to work with you on some social change. I'm going to make sure that if for nothing else, be the figurehead that can push agendas on that side.
Mm-hmm.
I will have some influence on the actual practical change that we wanted. No, he ain't coming up with none of that. But the fact that I'm Jay-Z carries your message, and it's actual good change. This is a good thing on all fronts. People just are tying Cap's situation and Jay-Z's support.
No, I'm going off Jay again. Was it the only thing he said? No, it was not the only thing he
Why
said.
are we reacting like that?
I'm
like he was
reacting.
only attached
No,
to that.
I didn't. I never said that. All I'm saying is, if I say fuck somebody, it's fuck somebody.
somebody.
Period. End of story.
It's fuck you until you do right by me.
No, it's fuck you forever.
I don't think that's the case.
I said me.
Well, you ain't, and
So-
that's acceptable.
So TDG, in this
Yeah.
in this instance, what's happening is Jay is a mascot. Jay is put in there to
A
say,
figurehead.
look, we trying. All right, cut us some slack here. We got Jay-Z.
No,
Like,
that is the
you're
only
you're
reason he's
minimizing
involved.
the legitimacy of
If
what is happening.
okay, put it like that.
There are
put it like
things
this.
that-
If,
that
okay,
ha-
well,
Jay-
TDG, if that's the case, Jay-Z makes music. Jay-Z is a part of Rock Nation. Jay-Z should come in and
Amongst
only
other
handle
things.
the music.
Which is pretty
no,
much what he's going to do.
Jay-Z is not only music anymore.
See, that
he is a social figure.
But that extra
Jay-Z,
additive
are
of
we
him.
gonna deny Jay-Z's?
He's whatever you say he is, man.
Don't do that.
I
man.
know.
Don't. Are we gonna deny his activism? We're gonna deny Jay-Z's activism.
What activism?
Like he ain't out here paying for people's lawyers and getting people out of jail and spearheading programs
seen that, so
that
I
are
can't speak on
changing that's actively changing the penal system, bringing light to social injustice by way of his productions, the Khalif Browder thing, I can't remember the other one, but he is for the last couple of years he is putting together a track record of specifically social, positively social-minded, occurrences that I think people are downplaying. Like it's not a behavioral change of his, and this is also something he does now. I ain't just music no more. I'm here for social change. That's something that, as a figurehead, Jay-Z can't be putting up posters in the hood. There's a street team, there's administration behind that. Like there are different levels. Somebody's got to be at the top that legitimizes the trickle down of.
That's what he just said.
But you minimize it by calling him a puppet, and
For the
it ain't
NFL, he's a puppet.
He is. Because if they
All
just,
that other,
See,
everything else you said is completely
If
true.
he's
He has
professionally
paid for
coming in-
lawyers.
Right.
He has bailed people out. He's made documentaries. Nigga, we don't need
That's
his
not
resume.
what
I
we-
know his resume.
That's not why he's in the NFL.
I'm talking
though.
about.
You
I'm
hateful
talking
right
about.
now.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about this specific partnership with the NFL. He's a puppet.
Yeah.
Well, what do you? So is it safe to say anyone that partners with the NFL is a puppet to the NFL?
I don't know.
Not
That would depend
necessarily.
on the
What
situation.
situation would not? Would
I
it
would have
not
to
make
see
them-
the situation.
Come up with one.
I
Is it-
can't.
You
You
can't
do
even
it.
fathom.
You
No.
come up with one.
You can't come up with one because it does not exist.
See, if it was-
Right, it hasn't
saying
happened
everybody-
yet.
I'm
if
telling
you're
you,
saying
if it
everybody
was
that has a business
TDG,
connected to them
if
is
it
a
was-
puppet,
if
I
it
said
was
that's what
just-
you
if it
insinuate
was
when
just
You can't
Jay-Z
tell me what
coming
I'm
in.
insinuating.
If it was just Jay-Z coming in to provide the concerts and the music for the NFL, cool.
That's all they
Why
be
it gotta
doing.
be just
The,
that?
the minute
Why
they
he can't be bigger than
the
that?
minute that they started putting the spin on it and the extra,
Spin.
that's when they started
So he is
throwing
not
that little
authentic with
extra.
his intent for social change.
I'm not saying that he's not authentic.
Why do you keep asking questions that nobody put out there?
Right.
That's like, so the
You know
sun
what?
ain't out? Nigga,
No.
ain't nobody saying about
The points
sun,
you
nigga.
make and the stances you take say that he is only the music guy and he should only be doing the music stuff. You are discounting
That
a whole nother facet of this nigga's being.
Okay.
So is
He
that
is
cool?
okay. He is more than a musician.
So why should he only play a musician's part in a pairing with the NFL?
This is a situation where they're trying to heal a wound, and they're doing it with Jay-Z.
You're cynical, and you don't agree that the changes that they made have a practical application that still
What
needs
changes have they made?
a communication to the culture. You just read through them.
No, he read
I
about
read-
a coalition.
yeah.
Not what they've actually done.
And they were
They
doing.
did
They
shit.
put out a thing barring. They put out a thing barring players from kneeling.
They can't say nigga on the field. That's what the coalition
Yeah,
did.
exactly.
You know you get a 15-yard penalty for that? For saying nigga on the field?
I didn't know that.
I'm not gonna assume. to
That's a
know.
fact.
I'm not gonna assume.
I'm not
That's
bullshitting.
not the only curse word. You can't. You
You
there
can
are
cuss on the
words.
field.
So how do you? How do
And
you
that's
can't-
the only word you can get yardage for.
I don't know. But I know you can't say
It's
nigga.
reasonable to
Flag
believe
on the
that, though.
play.
You see,
Wait, stop.
You
stop,
love
stop,
doing
stop,
that.
Stop.
You love
Stop.
saying I
Run.
don't know.
Wait.
When it's reasonable to believe that what you know.
Wait,
what you're
is
talking
what
about.
I said was true. What I said is true. You cannot say nigga on the football field. You get a penalty for that. That is a fact.
Okay, I'm not educated enough on the rules of the NFL to dispute that.
But if I pull up an article saying, you gonna be like, you believe everything you read? So there's no way.
I didn't say I believe
if you don't
you.
want
I
to
don't
believe,
think that's a fact.
if you don't want to believe in anything, you just take it down.
First off,
You said I don't.
I'm
see,
not sure
I'm
I
not-
believe him. I'm not
See?
sure that just because that they select nigga as the only word that can be.
Did I say the only word?
You by the way
See?
you say
No,
things,
no.
you insinuate. When I said
That's
so you
why I
don't
didn't
think
wanna bring
it's
this up,
reasonable
man.
to believe that there are other words you can get penalized. So I don't know. So you insinuate that you believe that you only really
No.
believe that.
I
that
just
nigga
know
is
that the
one
only
that you
word
get
that's
penalized.
the legal right now is nigga. I don't know of any other words that are legal to say on the field.
All right. And that's the thing. There's a reasonable expectation of intelligence when you speak to intelligent people.
Foul language.
So-
The NFL is cracking down on the use of the N-word in the football field.
And
This is from
other-
Sports Illustrated.
Anything else? Is it just the N-word though?
What difference does it make?
Because one is foul
You know
language.
what I'm saying? You see?
So are they cracking down on nigger
That's
or
why I didn't want to
nigga?
talk about
Are
it.
they cracking down on nigger or nigga?
Neither one, dog.
Neither one.
started reading the
Okay,
article.
then.
I ain't even
Because
got
it's not
in
a
deep.
difference, huh?
Neither one.
Huh. And there
It's whatever you
and
say
there's
it
a
is.
difference
I
that
haven't even
you don't
read
like
fully
the
into the
nuance of
article.
conversation. These
That
things
is
say
no
different
nuance.
things.
How can you, dog? That's like me, dog.
Dude, if you say
Me
nigga
bringing up a
cannot
point-
be said on the field, it's reasonable to believe that that's not the only word. It's bad. It's
So,
words.
and what's your point?
So
You
why
say that
won't
to
you,
say what?
As a reasonable person, just acknowledge that it's probably reasonable.
Okay,
that they always
and
think-
then what?
Then now it takes the steam out. Oh, you can't say nigga on the field.
I just stated a fact.
Amongst,
I
but
stated
you
a
just stating
fact.
that fact without the
I don't
the
gotta
supporting
state
context.
shit else.
You
I can
facts
state
out of
whatever I
context.
want.
But
I
and
can
that
state
is
whatever I
linguistics.
want.
That is
No,
linguistics. You
no.
are good. And how you say you don't manipulate the language, that is exactly what you're doing. You build your narrative by you omission. You don't say certain things, and then you feign ignorance at other shit. I don't know when you know it's reasonable to believe that it ain't just nigga. It is foul language of some sort. It is nigga gets the headline, but they ain't just
The
banning
story
nigga.
appears on October 24th to the 31st, 2016 issue of Sports Illustrated. Since then, there has been one additional known case of a player getting penalized for the use of the N-word. Jaguars wide receiver Marquise Lee said he was flagged for directing the word at his opponent in Jacksonville, week 7. Okay.
Go ahead, continue.
While merciless taunting and sexually suggestive celebrations have become embarrassment to the NFL this year, the league has for the last 2 seasons been emphasizing a different type of inappropriate behavior that can result in a 15-yard penalty. 2 years ago, following the push by the Fritz Pollard Alliance, a group named for the man who became the first African-American coach in the NFL in 1921, and advocates for hiring of minorities in NFL coaching positions, the league took a firmer stance on the players using the N-word on the field under the abusive language section of unsportsmanlike conduct, which covers things said to opponents, teammates, officials, or representatives of the league. Referees could levy a 15-yard penalty when they heard the word. The rule book has long stated that using abusive, threatening, or insulting language or gestures could result in unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. So to answer your question, if it's more than just the N-word, then yes, it possibly is if it's to be taken as a threat, okay? But there is some form of, there are people battling it like that's just on the field banter. That's just the way we talk, all right? But there is a penalty for saying it on the field.
Amongst other abusive language.
As an abusive language, yes.
Amongst other abusive language. Meaning there are other cases of abusive language that one could use that would still incur that penalty. That's all. We can go to next situation. What else we got on the docket?
You gonna get a pig suit as well.
Mad, dude. Are you mad at the pig suit?
Hey, man.
Advertising. We need a pig suit for this show. Get a mascot suit. I'll wear it. I'll wear it for the.
We know you'll wear it.
I will, because I'm down with that. You gotta put your effort in, man.
Listen, man. The thing is, when there's an opportunity to take it and veer it all the way to the left, like just to be in support and say that, oh, it's more than that. It ain't just that.
Life is nuanced.
You go way over the top.
Life is not this black and white.
But at the same time,
nothing,
you tend to make things
or
for you black and white.
No, I don't. Nothing is black and white. One should have a moral code that makes it easy for you to make decisions about certain shit. That can look like those split decisions are black and white because you just hold that code and it's an easy decision to make. But nothing and everything is gray and must be taken on a case by case basis, man. This life is different than
I'm gonna really tell you what's gray.
Mad right now. I can tell. I understand what madness look like.
Listen,
I've been doing this for a while.
I just want to say that I know what that means. What's
happening?
I'm waiting on my blood type. That's it. That's what that means. And I'm waiting on the book. I did put in the order for the book You Write by Your Blood Type. So
when you get this hidden
when I get this, I'm gonna actually sit there and delve into it and find out some more information about
So you requested your blood type and they're getting it for you.
Yes.
Have you asked your mother? Do you think she knows?
See, my argument was they already have it.
And you think they're keeping it from you?
Correct.
Because
they will finesse
volcanoes.
They
making little volcanoes. They are, dude.
So
that's what it is. They don't want you to find out.
So you went to the doctor's office. They had your result. They know what it is there.
Yes.
And then they told you, then you requested it, so they did
an
unnecessary blood test.
No. I asked him, I said, what is my blood type? Oh, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he said.
Right. But you believe he did know?
Yes.
But they are giving it to you soon.
No, see, I had to request and put in a order for it. They're not going to freely just give it to you.
Doctors don't do shit for free.
Let's
be clear.
Besides that, if you have the information, you can riddle off and you can
so
tell
you think
me
they already
all
know and they just wanted to charge you for a
shit.
test right now. They just trying to get you in for a test, to bill you for a test.
So even if they are billing me for a test, why doesn't insurance pay for that test?
I don't know.
It doesn't matter. They don't care who pays for it. They billing.
Because your insurance trash?
That's probably it.
Whose insurance pays for it?
I don't know.
I ain't never
had
to request
test.
my blood type.
And I ain't never been denied my blood type. Like,
have you asked for it?
No, I've never needed to.
You know what?
Try asking
I'm
for
confident
I
my
will.
mother knows. You don't think your mother or
it. My
father
mother
knows?
doesn't know.
Really?
Mine don't either. I asked her.
Yeah.
I'm confident my mother
It's
knows.
not on my birth
Yeah.
certificate either.
So what you think? You got like chili in your veins, nigga?
No, I don't think I have chili. in my
But they
veins.
are going to give you your blood type.
Now, yes.
That you requested it.
See, you keep trying to finesse the words. You keep trying to finesse the words.
Did
when
you?
I requested it from the person that I know has it,
That you think.
Why do you know they
because
have
he
it?
can't prescribe you shit without knowing that.
Yes, he can.
Yes, he
That's
can.
the
He been
first-
doing it
yes,
your
he
whole
can.
life.
That's the
obviously.
He's been
first
doing it
thing-
the whole
Yeah.
time.
No, he hasn't. This is somebody new.
Dude, have you ever been to urgent care?
Yes.
They, prescribe
They don't
you
know
shit.
your blood
They don't
type
know
at
your
urgent
blood.
care, and they
take
prescribe
your blood right
No,
then
they
off the
don't.
rip.
And
No,
you know,
they
dude,
don't.
Have you
No,
been to
they
urgent care
don't.
before?
Yes.
And they've taken your blood every
Yes.
time? You've been doing
Bro,
some shit, dude.
right,
Something's
yeah.
wrong.
That's not normal.
And then you allow them to take your blood every time? What did you go in there
They
for?
got to.
What did you
No,
go in
they
there
They
don't.
have to
for?
give you transfusions.
No, they
on
What
the
did you
spot.
go in
They
the urgent
have
care
to
for?
know.
They have to give you a transfusion?
They have to
What
know.
did you
They
go
have
into
to-
urgent
You
care
are
for?
in the care of a hospital or
What
a
did you go
doctor.
into urgent
They
care
have
for?
to know
What did you go into urgent
for
care
my back.
And they took
They
blood?
took your blood.
Right.
Yeah.
They have to know this.
This nigga had a backiotomy.
They are cloning you, dude. They are
like,
cloning you.
that nigga went in there. They like, what's wrong? I broke my back.
My back is broken.
Spinal.
Spinal.
I know.
Yes.
They have.
I broke
It
my
is on.
back.
It is on record. It has to be on record.
No.
Yes,
Kano,
it does.
Kano.
Yes,
So
it
wait,
does.
you've been to the urgent care multiple
Dog,
times.
if you get shot, all right.
Dog,
and you
that is
need
so
blood,
different. That is
the same.
so different.
It's the same.
No, it's not.
What?
A backiotomy and getting shot is not
Dog,
the same.
but you still go to the hospital. They still had to take blood to find out what your type
and they
is.
gonna take your
They
blood.
can't
At
just
the-
give you
no,
any
no,
type
no,
of
no,
blood.
no, no.
So
You changing? No.
They can't
we
just
talking
give you
about.
exact-
Okay,
We talking about
you are
urgent
correct.
care.
The thing is,
Urgent care.
if you are in their care, regardless, anything can happen. If anything happens,
Then they pull your blood and find out your
they
blood
have
type.
to know how to treat you. That's why they pulled the
For
shit
some
off
reason
the
you have
rip.
lost enough blood that you need other blood. They'll test you right then.
The first thing
They
you
didn't
do,
need to test
you
your
go
blood
to
for a
any- You go to
backiotomy.
any new
Not
doctor.
at
Nigga,
all, dude.
let it go.
What else did you
go
go
to any
into
new
urgent
doctor.
care for?
You go to any new
You
doctor.
went to urgent care
You go
multiple
to
times.
anybody else.
They
You
did
said
not-
every
They
time they took
always
blood
Stick
from
take
to
you,
urgent
blood
care. Stick
first.
to urgent care.
They took blood
Stick
from
to
you
urgent care.
every time you
They
went to
did
urgent
not
care?
need to take your blood for a backiotomy. They did not.
God.
They
don't
didn't.
ever need to take your blood. If somebody took your blood at urgent care, something happened to you.
He gave that
Dog.
shit
They
to his
selling-
son.
yeah,
Nigga,
they
his son
do.
dying, and he
They
gave him your
selling your
blood.
DNA to somebody, dude.
I got.
Urgent care. Urgent care sends you to the hospital, dude.
they
If it's
got
something serious.
That nigga got loyalty and
They not
royalty
taking-
inside his DNA.
They have to know.
They are getting your shit.
They
Kano.
have to
To
know.
fix your
you
back.
go in with a heart attack. You go in with
Is
something.
that what you went in for?
And they took
I
blood.
have before.
You had a heart attack?
I had chest pains and everything. I went in
Did
for that.
you have a heart attack,
I did
Kwame?
not. But they took,
God damn,
I
it's
did
hard
not.
getting the answer out of him.
But the scare is enough. And you said they took blood for that
yes,
scare?
yes, they did.
And did what with the blood?
They
Gave it to
analyzed
their
it.
children.
And, and analyzed it for what?
They drank it. This nigga's doctor's a vampire.
No. See, you trying to
The
get
more
past.
you tell
You
the
try to
story,
get past and
I feel
beyond.
like you don't know. I feel like either you're mixing shit up.
They do not have to take your blood at urgent care.
There is no
They
reason why
need
people,
to
every
know
time-
what your blood type
Every
is.
No, they
time
do
they
not.
have taken your blood every
No,
time
they don't.
you've gone.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Kano, you giving something away and they know it's you and they feel like they can get free pints from you.
This nigga, he just want a whole litter of rapping niggas.
Yeah, dude. They getting free pints out
They
you, my
need
nigga.
to know what your type is. They need
And they
to
gotta
find
take
out.
your blood
Who told
every
you this?
time.
They need to know that.
Who is they though? Who is the they
The
though?
doctors need to know. And then I got
Every
told
doctor
you
you
that,
ever stand
though?
in front of needs to know
I
your
got this
blood.
from the person the same way they actually read the book and everything. The one that same person that put me up on it as well.
Has an actual doctor ever told you that we need your blood type to prescribe
With a
medicine?
The doctor's not going to tell me that.
Because they all in it together.
Yes.
That's what's up. And there it is. That's it. That's the end of it.
Just like I
Conspiracy
broke, on
theory
my, I
met.
broke on my dentist. Like, and I told her, I said, you know what? I stopped using toothpaste with fluoride. which I did. I'm sorry. I stopped using
about to
tooth.
fall out.
I stopped using
you got-
toothpaste.
dog,
I stopped using deodorant with aluminum.
You have to stop.
Aluminum-based deodorant. I stopped using
You have
that.
to stop.
Fluoride.
Why did you stop using aluminum-based deodorant?
One, because of all the effects and everything it can have on your body in long term.
What was it doing?
It's all related to cancers and all kind of other
Do you
stuff
have
behind
cancer?
that. No, I don't. See,
Fuck are we talking about?
see, you got. you talking about? Oh, do you have it now? That
letting
means you
people
caught
scare
it
you, dude.
from that shit.
Deodorant does
they
not
say.
cause cancer, bro.
There's
Come
other
on, man.
situations. Long amounts
Dog,
of metals
that
and
is
stuff in your body.
ridiculous,
That's
dog.
not
Dog,
ridiculous.
dog.
Why is it ridiculous?
You know what this sounds like?
Deodorant, bro. Come on, man.
You've never looked into aluminum in the deodorant.
No,
Why not?
because I don't have cancer.
Okay, so when you get it, you're gonna be like, "Damn, I wish I had stopped."
No,
Oh, okay,
no.
you're not.
So you mean to tell me niggas get cancer and they stop using deodorant like cured?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Fuck that chemo, nigga. Just stop
Right.
using
Who
it.
knew the
Let me
cure
go
for
take a
cancer?
shower, nigga. I'm about to get
Was
rid of
no
this shit right
deodorant.
now.
Fluoride is not good for you as well.
No, if you swallow it, that's the difference.
Same
you can
way.
brush your teeth with fluoride. You just don't swallow the toothpaste.
Right. You
That's
Swallow the
it.
toothpaste?
No,
Then what's the
sure?
fucking problem?
no. I don't swallow the toothpaste. I don't swallow any toothpaste
I think you
whatsoever.
swallow toothpaste.
No. Why
Then
would I
why
do
did
that?
you switch
Why is it a threat to
toothpaste
you?
then?
Because I wanted to.
No, that's a lie.
You know what? Kane?
Somebody
just
put a
said-
bug in your ear.
And that's what it is.
One of them, I ain't
See,
gonna say
I
that
would
'cause
test-
you
I
gotta
would
keep
test
going to
drive
work.
right? Yup.
I would test drive each one of these things for myself because one, I want
Did
to.
you
examine
feel a
myself.
change
effects?
when
Yes,
you
I have.
stopped using
You get the
fluoride?
Now she did tell me that
And
there,
the deodorant?
She did tell me that there was a form
You
of
a whole new
so
man,
hold
ain't
on,
you?
hold on.
You a
She
whole
did
new
tell me
man.
before the visit before this one that there was a sign of some gum disease that was actually coming on.
Caused by toothpaste.
I switched, and this time
It was
around
caused
she
by
said
the
that
fluoride?
it's not.
Toothpaste.
Everything has
The
gotten
fluoride
better.
Causes gum disease.
The fluoride did that. The fluoride in the toothpaste. The same
Yeah.
fluoride that's in your
Toothpaste
drinking
fluoride.
gave you
The same
Fluoride
gum.
fluoride
did
that's
it.
in your drinking water
Fluoride
did
did that.
That's what's
Yep.
up.
Gave you gum disease.
Sure
No.
did.
Mm-mm.
Yep.
Kano, I don't know what doctors you going to. Get out that HMO. Get out whatever doctors
No,
you are
it ain't
surrounding
the
your-
doctor.
yourself
He
with.
has some special people in his ear,
You be going to holistic
and he's
healers.
believing that shit.
You be going to
That's the
holistic
problem.
healers.
It is apparent that the fluorides have the ability to interfere with the functions of the brain.
You be going to shaman, don't you?
Fluoride
you
ability.
go get your medicine.
Fluoride
from the
ability to
shaman.
damage the brain is one of the most active areas of fluoride research today. Yes, exactly. You know what
It's
I'm
making
saying?
us retarded.
Yeah, it can.
Brushing your teeth making you retarded.
Yep, it is.
You retarded.
I
Kano.
could tell.
you
I
retarded,
can
dude. It is. It's something did. I don't think it was a fluoride, but it's something. Something did something to you. Why? You seem like a hypochondriac.
Aluminum containing
dude.
antiperspirants prevent toxins from being expelled by the body. These toxins clogs up the lymph nodes and around the armpits and breast and cause breast cancer. The aluminum in deodorants is absorbed by the skin. Yeah.
Okay.
Read that one more time for me, please.
Aluminum-based
Can you read that
compounds
over? I just
are
want
the
to be
active
clear.
ingredients in
Because it
antiperspirants.
sounds like you said that shit caused breast cancer. So I just
did.
want you to read
He
it.
said
These
deodorant
toxins,
cause breast
these
cancer.
toxins clog up lymph nodes around the armpits and breast and cause breast cancer.
Deodorant
Deodorant.
causes breast cancer.
Now, I'm not gonna say that
See-
chemicals can't be, that can't happen. I'm not so sure, and I don't know. I don't know chemicals like that, but I'm not so sure that if you take out one thing of the deodorant,
This is the human body. Where does it say add aluminum?
but you wash the aluminum off.
You have iron in your body. Understandable.
wash the aluminum
Where
off?
does it say add aluminum?
Why you feel like you add an aluminum though? You don't wash that off,
Because that's even if you are washing off, you're exposing your body and shit to it.
but you touched aluminum foil before, right?
That isn't being spread across your skin for Billy Graham's exposed amount of time.
You ever covered a whole plate in some aluminum foil?
That's
It touched every
solid.
piece of your hand.
That's solid foil.
It's about the same.
It doesn't flake
Threat-
off and get
threat-wise,
into.
it's about
Even
the
if you were machining
It's about
and a
the
piece
same.
of aluminum gets up under your skin,
Threat-
that's a problem.
Threat-wise, it's about
Where
the same.
is the study that says deodorant causes cancer?
I'll send it to you.
Please do.
Okay.
And you know
I
what?
want to read.
I
this
get
study.
the natural thing. You know, like I ain't mad.
I
at
mean, yeah, if you want to go
trying to-
around smelling like Egyptian musk, then do you,
know,
bro?
I don't
I'm
smell
not
like
mad
Egyptian.
at that.
I smell fine.
I see. I'm not.
And
mad
I don't
at-
use
at-
aluminum-based deodorant.
I'm
now
not mad
you'll
at
never get
decreasing
cancer
the
now.
amount of chemicals. I'm not
cancer-free.
decreasing the amount of chemicals that one uses.
Hi, I'm
Just
Volcano.
Keep it in moderation, man. Like no one thing is gonna make.
And
you
I
dead
stopped
in
wearing
800
deodorant, and I'm
800
cancer
years.
free. You
Yeah.
too can shake the ills of cancer.
Yeah. Use roll on.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's what's up.
just rub
I ain't mad,
nuts
man.
and berries under your arm.
No,
I ain't mad. Speaking of changes,
no. What
though,
I use is
yo,
the Arm & Hammer is the baking soda.
Oh, baking soda.
Yeah.
You got baking soda.
OT Genesis. It came all the way around.
Which does wash off, and it is used for multiple
But regular
things. It
deodorant,
has sodium, which the body
Speaking- hey,
actually has in it.
Speaking of healthy changes, you niggas had that Impossible Burger.
I have. No,
fucking
I've had
delicious.
Beyond Meat. It's the same
Now,
thing, but different brand.
Here's
I had
why.
the Whopper Impossible. Burger.
Here's why I won't do the Impossible Burger,
Why?
because it's soy based.
What that mean?
Soy is a big time proponent of estrogen, which men are not supposed to be
So you
taking
gonna
in.
grow titties if you eat Impossible Burger?
Yes,
That's what's up. I get it.
you're taking in the
I
female
understand.
sexual hormone.
So here's the thing about
With soy.
here's the thing about the fake burgers. They are better for you than regular burgers, but they still have the same fat content as regular burgers.
Right?
But if you just need a burger, you definitely eat the fake burger instead of the real burger.
because it tastes about the same.
Yeah, but the fat content is the same, but it's not an animal. So yes, it's not gonna have the same negative effects, but it's still not quote
It
unquote
ain't the
healthy.
red meat,
Right.
It's still it's like because
It's a
they still
tremendous-
adding a ton of shit to it, right? So it's not 100 like it says plant based, but
It ain't.
not
Right.
really. You know what I'm saying? It's still better than a regular burger. It's like the lesser of two evils. Put it like
Right.
that. You know what I'm saying? But it's still evil. It's still not that good for you. It's just
Really?
not as bad as a regular burger.
I was optimistic. I
It's
said
just-
I'm about to eat
it's
these
just
hoes
not
on the
meat.
regular.
That's
yeah,
all
no,
it is.
no,
Shit's
don't
just
eat it on
so
a regular.
good.
It's
in
high
comparison.
fat content in it.
Right.
Like
what's
very, very high.
Yes.
Now once in a while, yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. But
Like 30
it's
grams
like
of
if you-
fat. And
if you gon' it's one of those
Damn.
things, man. It's like if you gonna do it, then you gotta go. If you gonna go all the way, then you gotta go all the way. And that is not going all the way, even though it's better than the regular shit. Just don't eat that shit at all.
And
None of it.
I think that's what hit it for me. That I haven't had red meat and why I ain't had a burger in so fucking long. I substitute turkey in a bunch of shit, and you can make turkey taste like ground beef.
Well, yeah, I mean,
season, right? You know,
make
it's-
it, seasoning
right,
is,
so-
is the thing.
But it's different when you get a flame broiled piece of beef, and they
That's my
mimic
thing.
that
I love hamburgers.
real good, dude. Like it ain't nothing
see-
like a burnt piece of red meat.
And
dude.
this is why this whole thing that I wanted to bring up had some importance, because some people are able and can take in and process meat properly because of the way their body is wired, and others can't. Some should focus more on the vegetables. Some should focus more on the carbs. Some can focus more on the fats. That's why you have keto diets and low carb and meatless
That's why you
and
gotta find
vegan.
out your blood
That's
type.
why you have to find. Yes, exactly. Thank you for reiterating that.
If only your doctor would tell you.
If only your doctor would tell you.
And he actually is, though.
No,
Yeah,
he's
he
not.
should tell
He is. You said he is.
He didn't want
He's gonna
to.
tell you though. But he's gonna tell you.
He didn't want
he's
to, but
hiding
he
it from you.
is.
He's
He
hiding
tried
from
to.
you.
I ain't gonna talk about the actual personal experience with it, but I will say this much: when I asked for it, he played as if he did not know it, and I know damn
know
sure
for a fact
he,
that
for
he
a
had it.
fact
You seen
that
the
you
chart
know
that had
You
it
saw
on
it.
I know for a fact that
there.
you
Yeah,
did.
because
know
they ain't
this.
no way they ain't got it.
'Cause I'm not
They
stupid.
got it at urgent care.
When they
too,
gave
right?
you your bacchiotomy, did
Yeah.
they tell you what your blood type was?
No,
Did you ask?
no, I didn't ask
But they
because I
took
didn't
it,
know.
though.
Because
I
you
did-
was in there
I did-
for
but they
your
took it, though.
fucking back.
and they took blood out you
Yep.
because you
fix
had
your
back
back.
pain.
Yep.
That's the equivalent to being raped. Like they took from you stuff that you
You
didn't
got
need to give
violated,
up.
B.
Yes, you didn't consent to that.
Mm-hmm.
You were abducted.
Nigga got
somehow.
blood raped.
Yeah, dawg, they They just getting you for free pints, dude. They just see whenever you come around, that's free blood, nigga.
Yeah.
It's like,
Just
oh,
he
nigga,
don't
your
know the
finger
difference.
hurt? Oh, yeah, nigga.
come here,
Oh, yeah, hold on, nigga.
Phlebotomist?
Yeah.
Somebody call a phlebotomist.
Well,
This
yeah,
nigga-
nigga, you got good veins.
Oh, you got
big
sprain? You got sprain in your arm? Phlebotomist? Come here real quick. Bring that needle.
Yeah,
over
bring
here.
the needle.
Chris here. Chris
Yeah,
here. Bring the needle.
yeah.
Come on.
Now,
Get
certain
this
things
nigga
is over
down.
the top, but at the same time,
Getting
do-
blood drawn from
they-
your back is over
they
the top.
do. They do need
Do
to
you
know.
think that's over the top?
They do need to know.
But you gave it to him.
Yeah,
I know, right? Make
Take-
better choices.
Do you ever say no?
yeah.
When? You didn't say no
Right.
at your
Every time.
bacchiotomy?
Every time at urgent care.
They wanted to give
you
me.
said yes every
They
time.
wanted to give
at
me
urgent
morphine.
care.
I turned that down.
No. But you said, take my blood for my back.
You can have that.
Keep the morphine, but take my blood.
Got a little pain.
How
Take
about
my
this,
blood.
nigga? No, I'm keeping my blood and give me the morphine.
That seemed like the better choice to me.
Right.
But live your life, my nigga.
Go
Live
ahead,
your
man.
life.
Shit.
All right, man.
That's what's up.
We about to close this
I
shit
would,
out.
this
I'm
is
sorry.
this is one of the shows I wish your moms would call in because I want to
Yo,
know.
I know she
I
knows
want to
your
know.
blood
No,
type,
I
dude.
want to know what your mama's response was when you told her, "Mama, I went to urgent care for a bacchiotomy and they took my blood
out.
I want to know her response was then. You stupid motherfucker! Why you let them take your blood for a bacchiotomy?
Why, Chris? Why?
I know that's what she said.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
I'm telling mommy, I'm definitely leaking that
I'm
shit.
telling mommy.
Don't let them take stuff from
This is
you.
Volcano Underground Radio. We had fun with y'all. We got to get up out of here. Want to make sure y'all tune in. Next week, we will be back here once again.
You a nigga that they
doing-
clone. It's Lil U's running.
And
around
I'll
with
have more of the info and everything off of it, and I'll be able to
you.
show
They
y'all.
all look just like you.
Yep. That's what's happening. So for
Celebrate my
myself,
cousin's birthday.
we about to celebrate with bacon bundles. All right, we will see y'all next
And we
week.
ain't get put out this week.
Oh, hey, last week too. I think,
Hey.
right?
Hey. We'll see y'all next week. Volcano Underground Radio, right here on Cave Radio Broadcasting. For myself, TDG, and John, please, by all means, drive safely. Look up as a fire burning
shit
way up in the
together.
mountain
It's
high.
burning.
Look up in the steam,
high.
smoker ashes. When the crater starts to blow
crater
and the
is
lava
blowing.
starts to flow, then you
Lava is
surely know
blowing.
it is a
You're
volcano. Oh, yeah, oh, yeah, oh, yeah. See y'all next week, bitches. Peace.